Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. I hope you're all doing well. All right, so I think what we're gonna do for the first, how long? Let's do 10, 15 minutes. I'm just gonna pull a card for everyone who wants one. So you will have to take your question and put it in your little mind here. And then I will draw a card and give you information. And what you need to do is then determine how does that information fit your question. If it doesn't fit at all, it doesn't resonate, you don't have to take it. But if it fits your situation, use your own intuition to interpret what that means for you. And I think much like yesterday, we're just going to start with the tarot. So we're just going to get right into this, and then I will do a tiny little introduction kind of thing, and then we will get right into the donations. So my crystals. Yes, I have my Lemurian quartzes here. So what we're gonna do is just get started, and I think what we'll do today, because it's almost 1:33 here, I will have you all, if you could like the video, that really helps me with the algorithm. I would appreciate that. But at 1:33, I'm gonna have you guys put a 333 in the chat, and then I will pull a card for everybody who puts a 333. So we'll do that for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, just see, hopefully get as many people as we can in that amount of time. Currently there's only 11 people and 11 likes on the video, but I appreciate every single like we get. It helps, just, it's a nice little energy exchange, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna just dive right in like we did yesterday. I'm not gonna mess around, we're just diving right in, and I will update, if you're donating between now and then, I will update our donation list right after we're done, and we'll catch up for just a hot minute. I was wanting to keep this live, for sure under 2 hours today, but maybe closer to the hour mark if we could make it at all possible. But of course, I'm honoring every and any donation that's coming in today. All right, so we are starting at the top of what I'm seeing. And again, if I somehow, it appears that I skip you or I go in a different order than what you're seeing on your screen on the YouTube studio back end, I see something slightly different. But if I do skip you, please hold off till I'm like, okay, did I get everybody? And then let me know you skip me. Here's my 333, just to keep it rolling. Otherwise, I'll see a bunch of repeating names, and then I start getting confused. Like, I thought I already pulled their card. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's only 13 of us here currently, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so the first one I see here today is Vicky Downey. So we're going to start with her card. Woo! Just any question you have in your mind. Well, we have the world here. The 21, that adds up to 3, so the number 3 and the number 21 could be relevant to you, Vicky. But this is just you really feeling on top of the world. This could be travel. This could be moving. This could just be you just feeling like you're coming into your own, or there are plans that you're about to take some action on. And right here we have that Ouroboros. It's the snake eating its tail, which I want you to go, Vicky, go look up what the Ouroboros means. I don't want to just break it down and give you all that information. I'm not enough time, but intuitively you might pick up something that I didn't tell you. So go look up what Ouroboros means. The snake eating the tail, if you don't know how to spell that. Okay. So Cheyenne Downey wants a card. Here it is. Cheyenne, you have the Emperor with the number 4, so you're bringing some more stability into your life with that 4, and the Emperor is someone who's taking action, taking charge, and just being a leader in their own life. So it's like, to me, this was like a habit or like a daily routine. You're taking some initiative to change or shift in some way that makes you feel more in control and happy in your life, but yet at the same time brings a lot of stability. Okay. So what else? Who else? We got Robin Stinson's mom. So let's get a card for Robin Stinson's mom. We have the Ace of Cups, so new love, inspiration, maybe new healing, or just a new start in life. I mean, this could represent many things, but she's really illuminating that heart chakra. It could be love. It could be like a heart issue that she's been working on. I know a lot of times, like women in general, I think, I don't know, don't quote me on this, I'm not a medical professional, but heart disease does hurt a lot of women and take women's lives. Not saying this is happening to her, but her really focusing on her heart health and doing what she can to bring any blood pressures down, or just really eat heart healthy foods. That's her main message there. but new beginnings, so that's always good. Peggy wants a card. Hi, Peggy. How are you? All right. Peggy's card is the Six of Wands, so there's a victory here and also some recognition. This is something that you have been working on or thinking about starting. I see people actually, to me, okay, Peggy, because I know you a little bit here and there, this to me really feels like your YouTube channel or your writing, just getting more eyes on the work that you're doing and people actually being interested, not just in what you're doing, but like who you are as a person and people really wanting to connect with you in that way. So that could be through way of your AuthorTube channel or maybe what you're sharing on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Take it as it resonates, but you're getting some sort of victory and recognition in this area. Okay, Rita Vega's card. We have here, oh, you also have a victory, a recognition coming in. Look at that. So this card is coming out to play. This could be a collective, I'm just stumbling over my words today, collective energy. But also in your case here, Rita Vega, they're showing me you working through some ego issues where maybe your heart and your ego are kind of battling it out. Your heart will ultimately win. And you will get the victory that you need. And don't let your ego talk you out of feeling that sense of accomplishment or happiness. Because sometimes you're like, oh, well, it wasn't that big of a deal anyway. Allow yourself to just be happy for your accomplishments and what you've accumulated and acquired and just what you've done. It's beautiful. XF wants a card. Here's XF's card. We have the wheel with the number 10. So there is a big new beginning coming in for you. This is a whole new cycle in your life. And this to me feels like between now and the next 3 months, you're starting something new. It may or may not already be on your radar, but just be on the lookout for a new project, a new class, a new something. You're learning something though, and you're really excited to learn about it and really dive in and learn all the nuances about it. Okay. Aparna is next. Welcome. Okay, we have here the Six of Cups. So you may have had a lot of childhood memories come up or just past memories, and maybe you felt nostalgic. We really do highlight a pet in this card too, so it could have something to do with a pet, missing a pet, seeing a pet growing a little bit older and still just also reminiscing about the pet as a child. But also this is an inner child card as well. Maybe you're connecting with people from your childhood or from your past coming up very soon. All right, Amber, Leper's turn. Hair. Oh, it's interesting too. That wasn't even an actual hair, but something touched my wrist after your reading yesterday, Amber. That's so interesting that that happens during your reading here. So we have the Five of Swords. So this is really interesting. This guy to me feels like he's got a headache. Like there's been someone that's been talking in his ear. And you know, if a crow's cawing right in your ear, that's intense. So this to me feels like someone in your life, Amber, that has just been maybe trying to barrel through with their opinion or the way they see the world and trying to shift your opinion on such things. And it's giving you a headache. It's really messing with your energy. So ultimately, this person maybe just having, you know, this is a sword, which is associated with the throat chakra, air energy. Letting this person know, hey, I appreciate that you're trying to get me to see life your way, but it's just a little intense. It's a little much. And ultimately, you having a kind of heart-to-heart conversation with this person, I think you're going to lead you to victory. He's got his arms up in the background like, okay, I did it. I overcame this obstacle. This could even look like you possibly just taking a break from this relationship, whatever this relationship is, and just kind of agreeing to disagree for a little while. Okay. All right, here's a little song. Let's get you a card. Here it is. We've got the Seven of Cups, so you may be really confused as to what decision to make, what direction to go. They just showed me like a closet, like someone looking through their closet wardrobe and like, do I wear this to this event? Do I wear this? It's like there's too many options. So maybe picking your top 3 options and eliminating 4 of these here would really help you get clarity on, okay, of these 3 options, what seems the best? And then maybe making a pros and cons list or trying to figure it out that way. And also meditating, maybe even asking your guides or angels in to visit you in the dream state to bring clarity in the decisions that you need to make or the choices that are available to you. Here's a little song. That was your reading. Okay, so it jumped. Let me go back up. So here's the song. So next we've got Sonam. Okay, Okay, let's get a card for Sonam. Okay, we have the Emperor as well. So this is you taking action. If there's somebody you feel like you need to talk to, or an action you need to take, this is saying don't wait for the other person or the other circumstance to come to you. You take the lead on this. You be the authority on this and actually do what feels right in your heart. And also, I'm seeing you even create some stability in your life with this card. And this could involve somebody who is really hard to get through. Like, you can talk to them, or maybe it's really hard to get on their schedule, or they're busy all the time. So what I want you to do is just try to feel into your heart and see, is this thing meant for me? Is this person meant to talk to? And then once you come up with your idea, your decision, then take action on that. But come from that place of the heart is really what I see there. Okay, next up we've got Earthy Deva. Get Anna a card. Oh, Emperor as well. So this, to me, I'm seeing this different with you. It's like you're just taking the reins, Emperor, leadership, father figure. Maybe you are connecting to your actual father, or someone who is like a father to you, or maybe you're doing some inner child healing surrounding the father, because you're bringing, as a result of kind of facing some issues with the father, or having a deep heart-to-heart conversation with a father, if that's possible, it's going to create some more stability in your life and make you feel more empowered to take on the actions that you want to take, the dreams that you want to manifest. All right. My mom's here. Hey, Amanda and everyone. Thanks for all your likes, subscribes, donations, and support. I love you, Amanda, and I love you all. Thank you, Mom. Yes, all of your lovely donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. She's still living in a little camper, and every little bit is helping to make that dream even closer to reality. All right, my mom wants a card. Let's get one from Mardell. Oop, this one flipped. Okay, yeah, so we've got, you got a lot going on right now. You're really, trying to keep that balance, and you're just barely keeping everything up. So my suggestion to you would be, even if you already feel like, well, I can't just sit here, I got things to do, sit there. Just be for a little while. You don't have to keep doing. And I know, that work's going to be there tomorrow. So just take some time to do something you enjoy, put your feet up, do something you enjoy. That's going to be key here, because once you come at it from fresh energy, it's like the things that are really important to accomplish and get done, you're going to be able to get them done. So I'm sure that's going to resonate in a few ways. I know you're very busy. I love you, Mom. All right, Pika Lee wants a card. All right, we have here the Three of Cups. So there's some sisterhood vibes, just hanging out with like-minded, or I don't even like to say like-minded, because we can be different-minded than other people and still really vibe with them. So really, it's more like vibe type of people is really what I'm seeing here. But this to me feels like sisterhood energy, or if you have sisters or cousins or women, kind of in your generation you're really close to. This is getting together for a coffee date, or a whatever, just to get together, catch up, hang out. I think you really need that, just to unwind and have some fun and talk about some cool things together. I think you really need that. And there's something to celebrate with that as well. So maybe you're hearing news from a sister or a friend that they're pregnant or getting married, or some really exciting news in your inner circle. Okay, so Rupali will be next. Rupali's card. Okay, here is your card. So we have the star here. So a wish is coming true for you. Anything that you've been really wishing would happen or manifest in your life, or something you've really been working hard to accomplish, you're going to accomplish it, especially because this card, the star, number 17, comes after number 16 in the tarot, which is the Tower, which is kind of a dark night of the soul, or just kind of a rock bottom energy. So especially if you've been feeling kind of depressed or sad, or really depressed and sad, things are looking up. This is such a good thing. Wish coming true, wish fulfillment. So yay for Rupali. Okay. All right, so Jessica Lynn is the next 333 that I am seeing here. I think, yeah, it skipped. So let me go back up to Jessica Lynn. All right. Oh, the Tower. Okay, we were just talking about that Tower. So if you've been feeling a little sad, a little depressed, or a lot sad, a lot depressed, this to me feels like, I'm getting a clarifier on this, because I don't want to just leave you hanging with this. This to me doesn't feel like something that's coming up. This feels like you've already been in this energy. So let's get a clarifier on where you're going from here. Jessica Lynn. Ooh. celebration. So this, you're going to see the silver lining in all that has transpired. You're going to see why these things happened, and you're going to actually have something to celebrate out of it. And you may even look back on some things that are going on in your life that don't feel right, or they're really difficult right now. You're going to see what a gift this opportunity to learn. Problems are just opportunities for growth, really. You're going to start to see and celebrate that, wow, even though that was hard and it sucked going through it, it made me who I am. It made me want to celebrate. And again, maybe you're celebrating with like-minded people. Maybe you've had a falling out with a friend or sister, someone very close to you, or maybe you've just kind of grown apart a little bit and that kind of saddens you. You have the opportunity to bring it back online, back on deck. Right. So Ethan is the next, no, NJ from Abilene. Welcome. All right, NJ from Abilene's question. I've missed you as well. King of Swords. Look at this. So there is some communication you are doing. Just make sure, especially when you're speaking from the heart, that you, especially with this King of Swords, you want to word it in such a way that you're not just kind of bulldozing over the person or having that person bulldoze over you. That this could go either way. Take it as it resonates in your life. Could be a masculine figure or just the more divine masculine part of you, NJ, that is, you're speaking from your heart and you're hurt, or this person's speaking from their heart and they're hurt, and maybe they say things, they don't really quite mean it the way it came out. If that's in your arena, if that's you, just try to figure out how do I articulate this without triggering this person or making them upset, but still being able to speak your truth and speak from the heart. And this could be something at work or involving someone that you see on a daily or at least weekly to bi-weekly basis. So take that as it resonates. And it feels like you dealing with a masculine energy. It could even be a woman, though, too, because that masculine energy is more someone who's like a go-getter. So you don't have to take it literally like it's a man, although it can be. Okay. Next, we've got Ethan. Welcome, Ethan. Woo! There's some victory for you as well. This is a collective energy today. This is the most popping out card of all of them today. So victory, recognition. To me, this is kind of starting into the new school year. People are really recognizing you. I don't know if you just got a fresh haircut or have a nice new wardrobe and you're just feeling yourself. I don't know, but people are noticing, Ethan. People want your energy. They want to be your friend. They just see you shining. It's like this person here is up on stage. Look at all those hands reaching up to get up. And didn't we mention something about you maybe working on a production or a musical or, I don't know, drama and theater? I don't know. Even if you're just working on like set design or behind the scenes, I still see you involved in theater this year. I don't know why. And I know being on stage terrifies you, but just feel into that. Just see what that could represent for you. Maybe it's more metaphorical. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Susan wants a card. All right. 5 of Swords. So there's that headache energy again coming in. And really what I'm seeing there's not someone talking in your ear. In your instance, I'm seeing this as the crow spirit guide. So look up the symbolism of a crow or raven. I think it's raven. Look up a raven totem guy, a totem animal or spirit animal of a raven to get some more guidance on this. But this is you just trying to, this to me feels like you're trying to figure things out in your head. Maybe you're spending a little too much time up in your head as well. So just, trying to do something almost to distract yourself out of your overthinking. This is really going to help you feel more grounded and more connected to your sense of purpose. And, the 5 of Swords is all about winning, but at what cost? It's almost like you going over and over and over in your head over things that happened in the past, or there is a time and place for that, but I think you've done so much of that lately. You're almost burning yourself out on, rehashing a conversation or something from your past, that now's the time to maybe just get out in nature, ground yourself, take a little bit of a break, and then you can come back and revisit it in a little while. Okay, next 333 I see is, let's see, it jumped. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, everybody who's writing a whole bunch of things, I'm not reading them yet. I will probably go back and just see here. Yep, I saw you had donated, Anna. I will get you on my list. I think that's all the 333s I'm seeing. So if you did post a 333 and I did not read your card, put a 333 once again, just once, and I will go ahead and do that. If I already did a card for you, please don't put a 333 because we've already done that. Melissa Moorhart, welcome. First time catching me live. Well, welcome to the High Vibe Tribe. We are happy to have you here. Let's get a card for Melissa. That's my sister's name, so beautiful. We've got the Page of Pentacles. So this is some new beginning. You're taking that Ace of Pentacles and you are doing something new and fun and exciting. And this is something that can create some long-term financial stability or abundance. So I don't know if this is a new project you're working on or a business idea. There's something very exciting and almost magical about it. They're telling me to pull a clarifier as well. What is this? Queen of Cups. So yeah, this feels very intuitive. You really being in touch with your intuition and just feeling, what does this mean for me? And even connecting to others, emotionally connecting deeper to others. I don't know if this new beginning just involves you going within and connecting even to your inner child or your higher self. It's just very deep connections and deep roots. And this is something that might take a little while to get going, but slow and steady wins the race is what I just heard. All right. Domini wants a card. Let me just make sure I didn't skip any other 333s. Yep, Domini is it. And that's probably going to be it. We're going to go ahead and dive into our paid donations right after this. Okay, Domini's card. Here it is. We've got the Four of Pentacles. So this is trying to let you know, basically stay out of that lack mentality, not feeling good enough, not, feeling like you have enough, feeling that scarcity kind of mentality or lack mentality. Getting out in nature is a really good way to help you feel more connected and like it isn't that fight or flight energy. That's a really good way. And also, if you've been spending a lot of money lately, this is just saying, chill a little bit. Whoops. Chill a little bit with the spending. She's got her purse here and she's got her eyes closed. She's kind of taking a break on all that spending. But of course, if there are bills to pay, you still have to do that. But as far as extraneous things and just wants rather than needs, that kind of spending. Okay. Oh, you've been working on a business idea. Well, you've got some traction behind that. I think it's a divinely guided, with that Queen of Cups, a divinely guided idea. All right. So, oh, you watch my other channel. Welcome, Chantel. Well, we are happy to have you here. And yeah, let's see. That right on point. I was thinking of my friends who are all women and consider each other sisters. I was thinking if we knew each other in a past life or our soul family. I think so. Soul sisters. I just heard that song from Moulin Rouge. Hey sister, ho sister, something. But I heard soul sister in that. So yeah. Let's see. We're also doing a double surprise birthday party this weekend. One friend just had a baby and another friend has signed up lease for her first apartment. See, exciting, magical milestone moments to celebrate with lovely people. That's beautiful. Okay. I feel like I may be the center of attention in a friend group. Yeah, that's the total vibe I'm getting from that. Center stage. We could take it more metaphorically rather than literally. Yeah, for sure. Yes, and Anna has donated. Perfect. Let me just make sure. Any other whatevers. And welcome to the chat, Lori Ann. I think that's how we say your name. Okay. All right, let's hop into the paid donation readings and get going on that. So to start us out, I think we had Vicky Downey. And let me, before we do that, just double check we hadn't had any other donations roll in. No, after Pika Lee was Anna, and that was the list I have, which Ethan's already got. So yay! Okay, so Vicky, go ahead and post your question, and you already have. And then on deck, we've got Cheyenne's Yes No, and then Chanel Johnson, Michelle Lynn, Pika Lee, Earthy Deva. And Earthy Deva's is a yes no, I do believe. So, can I ask Spirit why I'm getting offered a teaching job in the near future, as if this isn't the career goal I had in mind? I am more of a thinker than a talker, so public speaking isn't my forte. Okay, here's the thing. You're what, 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there, right? So there's something called a Saturn return that will come up anywhere between age 28 and 31, somewhere in there. depending on birth charts and all that. After the Saturn return, it's almost like you kind of go through a dark night of the soul, so to speak. And then it's as you emerge from this dark night of the soul or Saturn return, it's like you have a renewed sense of purpose. So if you had asked 24, 25, 26-year-old Amanda, would you ever be public speaking live on YouTube? I would say abso-freaking-lutely not. I would never in a million years be able to do that. I was very extroverted in my friend group, but very introverted and shy in just public places, spaces, live streams. I mean, live streams were not a thing that I know of when I was 25, which was like 2005, 2006, I believe, somewhere in there. 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. I couldn't have done it. There's no way. There's no way. I've always had this sense that I was here to do something bigger. And I think you feel much the same sense. So just keep an open mind. Maybe that's not how you're expressing things now. But again, teaching and public speaking isn't something that we have to do just the traditional way of getting up on stage in front of thousands of people in a crowd and having a microphone up to your mouth and then speaking from that way. I mean, or, in front of a classroom with a bunch of students. Teaching doesn't always look so black and white or so traditional, right? So maybe you're teaching through creating some sort of online course or writing a book. I mean, there's a lot of ways we can teach rather than just hands-on, face-to-face kind of teaching. There's lots of ways teaching will show up in our lives. But let's just tap into this energy of teaching and just see if Spirit will give you kind of an idea as to the direction this teaching is taking you. Because I think it is a big central part of your purpose, this teaching. It's just a matter of how is it you are going about teaching. Is it more in a kind of behind the scenes way? Or is it you up on stage, in front of thousands of people? If that terrifies you, it probably won't be the way you're doing this. So your life purpose is something that might scare you a little bit, but then when you dive into it, it's like, why didn't I do this earlier? I should have been doing this all along. It's kind of a full circle moment. And maybe you're just not there yet. But what we have here is healer. So I just kind of asked, what does this teaching have to do with? You have spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. Maybe eventually you are teaching healing modalities, or you're just healing people through whatever line of work you're doing. Maybe even just working whatever job it is you're working at. Maybe you're training new employees. That could be a teacher, right? To me, if you're too afraid to have any kind of group of people around you, this could look more behind the scenes. And then we have the study card. Yeah, to me, this does feel very solitary. I mean, these people are very solitary. They don't have a group of people around them. They don't have a bunch going on in the card except just them and their mission and what they're doing. But reading, research, and education will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So one thing you could do, Vicki, is dive into your birth chart. Look into your human design. Look into your personality types. These are all ways you can kind of unbury these little nuggets of truth and create them, hold all those little seeds of truth about what you've discovered about the design of what you're here to do. And then, of course, your element of free will can color or shape what your potentials are. And then you take all those little nuggets and seeds that really resonate with you from your charts and stuff and go plant them and create the life that you're living and water them and nurture them. So again, it's a process. And, we don't all have to have figured out, well, what am I going to be when I grow up? I mean, I'm 39 and I'm still figuring that out. I want to be so many different things, but I only have 24 hours in a day. So one day I'm really focused on this. Another day I'm really focused on that. And just right now, it's the tarot thing, the mentorship thing, and the writing thing. So again, still can't just settle on one thing. So if you feel like you need to fumble through things for a little while, do it. It's good for us. It's good for us because we learn, we make mistakes, and then study flopped out again. So doing study, researching, this is really going to help you understand yourself. Wow. Let's see here. Cheyenne is talking about stuff for Vicki, I think. Oh no, we're talking about Cheyenne's. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's what I see. So to me, it's not like you're having to do it in a very public way if that's not how you want, because you were very behind the scenes in those two cards that we saw. So maybe you're teaching through doing something that can then be shared without you having to be the one actually sharing it in that moment. Like writing, for instance. You're writing a book and then people are reading that. Or maybe you're writing something at the job that you're at, people are reading that, so you're not having to, teach the employees, or instruct them or train them, but maybe you write the training manual that they read, and then you're still teaching in that way, if that makes sense. Of course, these are very broad strokes, and through the course of your life, Vicki, I think you're going to figure things out. But then you have books. So I don't know. Do you like writing? Do you like reading? There's something about books. It says you connect your life purpose through your involvement with books. So however that resonates for you, Vicki. Okay, I'm going to take a quick drink of water. And then Cheyenne has a yes/no question. Oops. You're so welcome, Vicki. Yeah, take, what the guides are giving you, take that as, probably truth, but you can put your own Vicki spin on it. It doesn't have to be straightforward teaching and public speaking. It doesn't have to be. Okay. Oh, Sonam, the best bet for the free question mosh pit would be Saturday. I did the one card read, and then I figured you could apply whatever I said in the one card toward your question. If you could apply it that way, you could always try to do that. But we'll be back on Wednesday. We tend to normally just do like a little collective reading on Wednesday, and then I get into the donation readings then. But again, you can always send a donation and get your question answered directly. Absolutely. Let's see. Could I ask, will I pass my driving test on Tuesday? It's okay, Spirit says no. I just want to know, should I reschedule? The instructor thinks, wait, but don't know if he wants more money. Oh, yeah, let's feel into this for you. All right, Spirit, can you give us a clear answer? That would be so helpful for Cheyenne today. Let's first ask if you'll pass if you take it Tuesday, and then we'll ask if you should wait. Let's just do that. Let's just see. Should Cheyenne take this test Tuesday? We'll get a card for that, and then will you pass if you do? Should she take this driving test Tuesday? Okay. Would you pass if you did? And then should you wait? Should Cheyenne wait to take the test? Okay. So as far as should you take it on Tuesday, we have forgiveness. So to me, there is this element of loss or sadness surrounding something that needs forgiven, right? And then I asked if you would pass Tuesday. It says unlikely. So maybe postponing it a little and studying or getting more practice driving, whatever it is that you're kind of worried about. Would I pass? Would I not? Working on it just a little longer. And then I asked, should you wait? It says be assertive. So follow the guidance of your own instincts. But I think your best bet, I mean, if you already have it scheduled and you just want to go through it, at least in the US, if you fail a driving test, you still have the opportunity to retake it. So if you feel like you want to just try it out, take it Tuesday, and then if you don't pass, try it again. I had a kid in my driver's ed class that actually passed it, or he finally passed it, but he failed it 4 times before he passed it over the course of like 9 months. So, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, don't give up. It's really what I see. Okay. Yeah, if the instructor thinks to wait, maybe the instructor can see that maybe there's a little more experience that you could have before, you're just a free-range driver. 85 pounds or euros, I'm not sure the depiction on that there, but yeah, that's a lot of money. Holy goodness. Man, I was 15 when I did my driving test, and I know it was nowhere near that back then, but again, that was like 1997, so it was a while back. Okay, so next up, we've got Chanel Johnson. Go ahead and post your question. And then Michelle Lynn's on deck, Pika Lee, and then Earthy Deva's yes, no. And yep, that's all the donations I have. And that might take us to about the hour mark. And then if we don't have any other donations coming in after that, I will probably bid you adieu and go do some self-care that I totally dropped the ball on last night. My kids and husband got home shortly thereafter me ending the live stream, so I still got to hang out and have fun with my family, but I didn't get that just solitude and alone time that I thoroughly enjoy and also really need for myself. So I'm going to do that this afternoon instead. I had already posted earlier today that this September 2021 pick a card would be live tomorrow on my channel. And that was a pipe dream because that's not happening now. I'm going to take some time for some self-care instead. And then tomorrow film the September. But yeah, I haven't even filmed it yet. I was biting off way more than I could chew this morning, thinking, oh, I'll do my human design reading with Victoria Grace, which went amazingly and so much fun. So much so that part of my alone time today, I'm going to be diving further into my own chart just to see what I can do. And then she kind of turned me on to something I heard about a long time ago but never looked into for myself called astrocartography, which basically you put your birth information. It's free. You go online, astrocartography. Let's see, where did I go? Horoscopes.astro-seek.com, but just Google astrocartography for free and put your birth information in there. And then it will show you where your energy would thrive if you lived. Just based on your birth information, there are kind of like ley lines that this chart will produce. And I actually live very, very close to my moon line already. So I'm already like living in the best place I can live. If I actually move where I'm wanting to, which is about 26 miles south of where I'm at, mwah, perfect place for me, but all in divine time. But yeah, that's so fun. So I'm gonna learn more about astrocartography and human design later this afternoon. I'm excited. All right, Chanel. Okay, so yep, Chanel. Yep, that's Chanel on our list. Yep, astrocartography. There's just an O, like in photography, cartography. So you almost have it. It's just that I needs to be an O. Yep, that's it. Yep, just search that and then put in your birth information. It'll tell you where your energy would thrive, and I'm sure there's more to it. That's just kind of the bones of it. I'm sure you could do research and learn even more, but I'm all about learning about human design, astrology, my personality type, INFP, the different enneagrams, and I always forget what enneagram I am. I'm one with an emphasis on also another, so I always mix it up. I think it's 3-4 and 4-3, but don't mark me on that because I might be completely making that up. I know it's two numbers that I kind of go back and forth between. But yes, so Chanel Johnson, go ahead and post your question and we'll get right into it for you. He says, I'm confident, but since my mom died, I can't drive enough. Yeah, so just getting that kind of experience by being able to drive, having another experienced driver that can sit with you in the car. They call it a learner's permit here. Like you can drive with another licensed driver to get experience when you have your permit. Oh, you're INFP too. I tend to really gravitate toward INFPs and INFJs. Like they are my tribe. I love them so much. But not to say that I don't get along with other types as well, because I do. My husband is almost the exact opposite of me. It's just that we're both introverted, but he's ISTP and I'm INFJ. So the other three are the opposite of each other. So we are, because there's the whole opposites attract thing, because think of a magnet. When you put magnets together in one way, they repel each other, but then you put them another way, they attract each other. And we're the kind of magnets that attract each other. It's very interesting. I used to think I was INFJ, but I feel more INFP. INFJ, I do believe, is the most rare. It's interesting because even before I had my awakening, I always was an INFJ, but since the awakening, I'm now INFP. Like strong INFP. Like before I was very on the line between the two, which is interesting because the P and the J are actually very different energies or very different expressions of how someone shows up with the mind. But it's like maybe because I'm a Gemini moon, like I used to teeter that line like crazy. But now I'm, what do you call it? INFP, like way on the other side, INFP for sure. All right, Chanel says, do things look like it's going to go well in generally with the decision I made? Okay, let's tune into this decision. Let's tune in and see what's going on. We're going to start with this deck for, ooh, that was loud. I apologize. I try to tame and quiet the shuffling, but sometimes I'm not successful in that. So do things look like they're going well generally with the decision you made? Well, Spirit's already popping in to say, don't feel like you, if things aren't going well or ultimately won't go well, that you made the wrong choice, because they're showing me, if that is the case, that you, oh no, I made the wrong choice, there are still beautiful lessons and, the problems and obstacles in life. I call them lessons or learning opportunities. We still get where we're going. We still experience what we need to experience. That's just how it is. So you're never on the wrong path. You never make the wrong choice. Even if you're like kicking yourself, like, I should have done the other thing. I should have done the other thing. Or I shouldn't have done the thing I decided. You decided it for a reason. There were no mistakes made. So just keep that in mind. But we have here remain centered. So maybe doing some meditation and really feeling into what that means for you. But it says here, focus on conscious tranquility. No matter how stressful the day is, your intention is to remain centered and calm. Your goal is to learn that you can control your psychic energy. So instead of, if you're worried about, did I make the wrong choice, center that energy into, okay, how am I going to navigate myself through the choice I made, rather than being stuck on, oh no, was this the right choice? Was this not the right choice? Remove your energy from that. Thank it for the what do you call it? The lesson it was providing, and then direct your energy into something more helpful. I know it's hard. Feel your way through it. Don't try to spiritually bypass it either. But then we also have here, release the need to complain, which I didn't see until I just flipped it up. So honestly assess whether you're a complainer. No matter whether you share complaints with others or keep them to yourself, this tendency is a way of looking at a situation without seeking its potential blessings. So everything I just said, I love that. Your goal, to release the predilection to complain and instead see the positive side of things. So shifting the perspective from, oh no, what if this was the wrong choice and all that, to, okay, I made the choice, so now what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? So let's find out from Moonology, just any words of advice for Chanel about this choice. You and your loved ones are safe. So if this choice made you feel unsafe, unsecure, unstable in some way, just know that you are safe. You're going to navigate your way through this and be all right with what was going on. Let's get one more. A new romantic cycle begins. So if this had to do with a love interest or someone who, we can take the romantic part out of this, someone you love, because romantic, you put that as love, platonic love, motherly love, sisterly love, brotherly love, romantic love, however it resonates in your life with the decision that you're making, or coworkers, or sense of purpose, put it as it resonates. But you're entering a new cycle, and that's why this choice actually needed to be made, and not just made, but made the way you made it, because you're starting a whole new cycle, and this was meant to happen. This was part of your destiny is what I'm hearing. So this was destined to happen. So if down the road you start to really feel like, man, I made the wrong choice, don't beat yourself up. If you already feel that way, don't beat yourself up. Remember, redirect that energy to your center and focus on the positives and what you're going to do about said decision and how you're going to move forward. So I think ultimately it absolutely was the best thing for you to experience exactly what you're experiencing. So I hope that resonated, Chanel. Okay. Things look good. Just you kind of shifting your perspective on, like, not focusing on the negative aspects of things, but focusing on, the silver lining or the positives in the situation. Okay. So let's see. Chanel. And then Michelle Lynn, who may or may not be here, but I think she had mentioned something about, whatever is meant to come through. So we're going to go to the Crystal Angel Tarot, or not Crystal Angel Tarot, Crystal Angel Oracle. For Michelle Lynn, anything that needs to come through. Ooh, for Michelle Lynn. So let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world with the Opal card. So Michelle Lynn, you're just being asked to express that beautiful jewel of a heart that you have and just be amazing, because really there's nothing better than just being your true authentic self. And it hurts sometimes when other people just can't accept that light or shine that light, but just go let them get some sunglasses. It's not up to you to have to, cater to them and dull your light so they don't feel offended by it in any way. You're not hurting anyone by being your beautiful, true, authentic self. So that's one message that's really shining, no pun intended, through right now. Let yourself sparkle and shine. We also have this one. Emerald, ceremonies and celebrations. Well, there's that celebration popping in that we've been talking about here on the channel the last little while. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. So to me, this lets us know that things are going to move forward finally, or I don't know if you've heard anything yet, but maybe you're hearing or feeling, getting the news that things are shifting and celebrations will be at hand. So good, good, good. We also have here Aqua Aura, healthy communication in relationships. So this is all relationships, not just like a love interest kind of thing. But heart-to-heart discussions and clear, assertive communication help you understand and be understood. So just being clear, speaking from your heart, and really letting your true authenticity shine through. Not succumbing to other people's opinions or, you should do this. Why didn't you do that? Just being very true to yourself. And they'll get over it. Don't worry. Let's see. I want to get one more for you, Michelle Lynn. One more. Yeah, I should have time-stamped this for her. So maybe save 43-minute mark. I will have to go back and do that. All right, Michelle Lynn, one more. Here we have behind a mask. So again, with that authenticity, allow it to shine through, remove the mask. And I know it's hard, but something I say a lot on my channel is because we notice, we all do this. We're one version of ourselves in front of our parents. We're another version of ourselves in front of our friends. We're another version of ourselves in front of our significant others. And we're another version totally just when we're all by ourselves. The closer you can bring all those versions to being the same version, the same person, that lets you know you're living and being your authentic self. But the more you feel you have to morph and chameleon yourself into this version of yourself with these people, version of yourself with these people and these people, that lets you know maybe there's still some work that we all do it. We all we have our what are called customer service voice. So we're this way with one person, but then with other people we're more snappy or more funny. The closer you can get to being that same version with all the different people in your life, the more you're knowing that you're living your authentic light. Okay. So that was for Michelle Lynn. And then, okay, Brianna Shepherd has donated. Thank you so much. So Pika Lee, and I think she's already got her question put here. What is going on with my love interest? I haven't heard from him at all and feel like he is ghosting me. Uh-oh, drama alert. I can't believe him. He has got some things going on. I think we did kind of tap into that fact that he's just like energetically overwhelmed. But you would think if he cared enough, he would at least say, hey, I'm going through some things. It's not you, it's me. We'll hang out soon, But let's see what's going on. I'm over it at this point. I want to see if Spirit has some guidance, if I should just be patient with him or move on. Thanks. Okay. Well, there she is moving on, and we've got the Emperor in reverse. So he's really feeling out of his energy right now. He's feeling very off kilter because this is my upright deck. They're all upright, but this one flopped out and landed upside down. So I'm taking it as the reversal part of this. So this just might mean he needs a little bit of space right now. And I don't know that he's brave enough to just come right out and say, hey, I want to take a break on this connection. He's probably going to just, let it just, ghosting is kind of, I guess, what you would say, or just being kind of avoidant about it. But again, this is not because he doesn't have feelings for you or doesn't see the strong bond between the two of you. It's just everything else around him is too overwhelming. It's almost like that Maslow's hierarchy of needs that I learned about in psychology classes back in college days. It's like when you don't have enough food and water, you're not thinking about, well, how am I going to spend my leisure time later? It's like you're focused on your fundamental needs. When those fundamental needs are met, then you're focused on kind of other needs that, and the more your needs are met and the more you move up that pyramid or the hierarchy, the more you can indulge in love and excitement and leisure. So he's very low on that needs. I'm sure he's got a roof over his head, he's clothed, he's fed, and all of that. But there's a lot of mentalness going on with him. This is you. I'm really reading this as both you and him. It's like you really are mirroring each other's energy because he's needing to move away from some of the mental gymnastics he's doing, playing old things over in his head over and over from just family issues, things that happened in his childhood that you may not have any idea that are going on. And, we're not going to get too far into his head because really it's none of our business. But Spirit's basically just putting the lock on that, but just saying, just to understand or have empathy that he is going through some things. But that's not to say that you have to put your life on hold. So they want you to really focus on you and what's going on with you. And he may or may not come around. The timelines that we had tapped into previously, it's like he needed a vacation. And what he needs a vacation from most of all, not just his job, but like his own mind, being in his own mind. And one of the best things he could do would be to hang out with someone like you that could just get him out of his head and back into his heart, and into his body, and just into the present moment, because he's so far back in the past most days. It's a wonder he can even function. Sorry, got a lot of throat stuff going on, so maybe he's just having trouble speaking or even knowing how to express what he's feeling. And it's like he really does need someone to talk to, like someone who can help him, like a professional, really, is what I see. Because this is a deep depression that it's from childhood, that he's still dragging around into every interaction, every moment of this life. So yeah, it's like, how do I word it? It's not to say that you're like, bye Felicia and out, but at the same time, not holding your breath, waiting for him to finally come around, because as far as I can see with just what we've got going on recently, the energy we tapped into before, he wasn't so deep into this, but now he's just gotten deeper into it. So a lot of those timelines we tapped into before, it's like there's still potential, but he's got a bit of an obstacle to kind of overcome, a little mountain to overcome before he's ready to, just be that fun, happy-go-lucky, let's go take a walk in nature kind of guy. But that's exactly what he needs to help get him out of this, but he doesn't realize it. So it's kind of that catch-22 energy as well. But yeah, here's you. Again, if I had pulled the Eight of Pentacles in another deck, I would interpret it one way. And this, again, came up with that collective Lionsgate reading we did. So this is very prevalent in your life as well, Pikali. And I think I told you yesterday to go rewatch that. So it's interesting. It's back. It's like, remember me? Remember me again? Hey, I'm still here. The Eight of Pentacles. Maybe even you doing your own research on the Eight of Pentacles and see if you can gain any other insight through this. But this is about continuing to put in the work, continuing to put in the effort. But in this depiction, specifically, she's packed her bags. She's ready to go to something new. So I can see kind of the paradox here is you're struggling. Do I keep waiting, or do I move on? So this is you feeling into your heart space, and let's get a clarifier on it. But I'm seeing you feeling into your heart space and allowing what you feel is right and listening to your intuition above all. Feeling into your heart space, right? She's highlighting that heart space. So, if you feel like you're ready to just close the book on this chapter, or, dog-ear the page at the start of a new chapter and just close the book and just wait a little bit, or, put that book away completely and start reading a new book, relationship-wise, and these are all analogies I'm using, but follow your heart. Do what feels right, because here, the Ace of Cups does represent a new love interest. It could be talking about him because he's still a relatively new love interest, but this is also showing the potential for a new connection, if that's the avenue you want to go down. So again, feeling into your own heart space and deciding what you want to do. It may not be easy. It may not be easy, but there may be someone you meet online or you're communicating with online that sparks your interest a little bit coming up. So I guess time will tell. He's kind of all over the place from before, when we really tapped into his energy before, and where he's at now are kind of two totally different things. But I think he's struggling also to know, like with his job, with his, they're almost showing me too, like maybe he had decided to move at one point. Oh, and then there's a choice, big choice, Lover's card. So this is interesting energy to pop into, but I don't know if he had told you maybe he'd been thinking about moving, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to move the town over. Like, this is like a long distance move that he had maybe been talking about, or if he hadn't mentioned it to you, he's been thinking about it, or it's been kind of on his radar for some reason. This to me feels like it was even before he met you, but I think it's still on his mind. Yeah, so also Leo hasn't contacted me either, which is pretty normal for him since our communication is always on and off anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the energy I feel too. Let's see. I really hope he will be open to you soon. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? I totally understand. It seems like he has a lot going on, but isn't telling me. Yeah, and him opening those doors of communication to you would be exactly the medicine he needs to cure his illness. Not cure his illness, but like help him out. You would give him a leg up and help him out by being that shoulder he needs, because he can't open up to his friends. He definitely can't open up to his family. He needs someone he can open up to. Maybe a therapist, maybe a close friend that isn't like die friends. Like he needs a deep connection. He can really just let it out, and he doesn't have that, or he feels he doesn't have that. I feel like I'm not going to put my life on hold for him, as I don't want to block my blessings. Absolutely. So just let the universe know you're open to either continuing this connection or starting something new, or just being that single queen for a while. Just let the universe know you're open to what is in your best interest. Always leave your manifestations open to what I'm asking for, or higher or greater. What I'm asking for, or what's actually more in my best interest. Because a lot of times the things we think we want aren't in our best interest, but yet we get them, and then we learn the hard way, right? So just having a nice little sit down with your spirit team and just saying, you know what? I'm just open to whatever is in my best interest, whatever in my highest good. And then you're going to start seeing signs and synchronicities and symbols out in the world that are going to guide you which direction is best for you. To be patient with him, to go in a new direction with a new love interest, or to just be a single queen for a while and let it unfold. A lot of that. Just being open to what's in your best interest. Because you will find when you open up, you're not resisting anything. And then what's meant for you can flow much easier to you than if you're so fixated on one thing or another thing or another thing. When thing you're fixated on here, thing you actually really would benefit most from is way over here. It's kind of that Four of Cups energy. It's like we're so fixated, or even the Five of Cups. We're so fixated on the three cups that have spilled, like, oh my God, what's going on? That we don't see those beautiful new opportunities of those two cups that are still there, upright and ready for us to notice. Yeah, he's moved around a lot, and I think there's something about his rent increasing at his current place. Exactly. Like, dude, can't you see what this could be? Absolutely. I swear, this is like a movie. It really is. You could write a screenplay. Oh, I like being open to what's in my best interest. All right, so I hope that resonated. Again, it kind of just leaves it open to you, because your inner guidance system, your higher self, they know so well exactly what would benefit you. And just being open, I'm open to communication from higher self, my guides, and I'm open to what you think is best for me. Of course, sometimes our egos think we know what's best for ourselves, right? But it doesn't always go that way. But at the same time, even if we make a mistake or spend too much time on one person or one thing, we still are exactly where we need to be when we're there. And we also we learn what we need to learn from that experience all the time. So yes. Earthly Deva, I'd like to expand on the message Knight of Cups with another card. Yes, the one card read for Earthly Deva. You had the Knight of Cups yesterday, kind of the love and romance card. Okay, what's going on? Let's clarify that Knight of Cups from yesterday for Earthly Deva. Woo, it's flopping and flying. Okay, so this is kind of conflict energy, and I don't see this as external conflict. This is internal conflict. Maybe at times you think you want your life one way, and then another day you're like, wow, well, maybe if I moved over here and I had a life like this, like almost like Gemini energy, very dualistic thinking. Like, I'm a Gemini moon, so I know how Gemini moons think, or Gemini energy is in general. It's like, one day I think I want to do all these things. Okay, here's a perfect example with me. I love really clean, simple aesthetics, but I also love really cluttery collections, being able to see all beautiful colors. Like, I love both of them, and I can't have them both at the same time playing out in my life. But I love a clean white aesthetic with pops of color. I love that, very simple. But I also love like more like this, very more cluttered than not, and eclectic, and mixes of colors, and just lots to really take in and look at. It's like when I'm in one energy, I want to experience one thing. And when I'm in another energy, I want to experience the other thing. And that's really what I see with you as far as like the type of love that you want to experience in life. There are days where maybe you're thinking, oh, I want to settle down and have kids and live this very simple life. But then there are other parts of you and days that you're thinking, oh, it'd be fun to travel and do all these fun and exciting, really epic things. So it's almost like back and forth in your head. Your energy is kind of back and forth. What is it I even want in a love partner? What is it I even want to experience as a partnership? And to me, they have taken these wands. They're not in conflict so much in this card. They have taken these wands and built kind of a makeshift ladder. And these, again, when I get this card for people, I see these as the same person. They're all wearing very similar clothing, color scheme wise. But it's like, this is a man, this is a woman, a man, a man. Like, these are all different like versions of you is really how I see it. And you're climbing and shifting and morphing and becoming more spiritual, more creative, more sure of what it is you're here to do as like your life purpose. And as you do that, you're attaining more of your own soul essence. So I think it's important for you, just all the things that are going on, not just in your love life, but take this in all areas of life, where maybe one day you want this and another day you want that. That's really what Spirit was, I think, trying to show us yesterday with that Knight of Cups. So I hope that resonated for you, Anna. You're strolling around the city writing on the chat, so later I will leave a more elaborated comment. Thank you. You're so welcome. Absolutely. All right, so up next, we've got Brianna and then donation for Ethan. Thank you so much for that, Pika Lee. That's so sweet. Okay, so, oops. Yes, so Brianna, it's your turn, my dear. And then we will do Ethan's question. And I think that's about it. We're at the 1 hour mark. But if you were desperately wanting to get a question answered today, you can always send a donation or wait till Wednesday. I will be back. We'll probably do a collective reading right before that live stream. I think that'll be fun. And Wednesday's show will be at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And I do believe it'll probably be either Tuesday or Wednesday. I will have the September Pick a Card reading available over on my other channel, my main channel. Link for that channel is the very first thing linked in the description. So be on the lookout for what you can expect in September coming up on my other channel. All right, so Brianna says, I want to know what I should do about a job, what's coming toward me. I really need a job. Ooh, let's find out. Okay, first let's go to tarot, and then we will do the life purpose oracle. All right, let's feel into the energy of Brianna's next job, and when we will roll the astro die to try to get a timeline. So for Brianna, and I know Brianna, like at least in my area, because of the CV-19 that's going around, there's a lot of people that aren't working. There's a lot of jobs. Like there's help wanted job signs everywhere in my town in Montana. And same with my cousin's town in Washington and other friends I know. It's like, yeah, there's help wanted signs. Like a lot of the restaurants just can't even be open, or they have very limited hours because they don't have enough staff. So the jobs are aplenty. It's just finding the right job for you. I think you'll be able to find a job is just the intention that you want a job in today's society. There's not a lot of people that are working. I don't know if that's just through choice or through they're getting government assistance or what's going on, but there's a lot of help needed out there. And so let's see. Yeah, 9 of Pentacles, your hard work will pay off. You will find a job. And it's not just any old job to pay the bills and scrape by. Look how happy she is. This is something she's really excited about. So I think you're going to be able to do it for sure. Let's just see any other ideas or information for Brianna about this job coming through. Knight of Cups. So yes, it's not only is this going to fulfill you financially and bring in a paycheck, but this is something very emotionally fulfilling as well. You may even, this is interesting, you may even meet a new love interest at this job. Or either they work there or they're a customer at the job or a client, however that works out. Yeah, let's just feel into with the Life Purpose Oracle what exactly you could do for a job. Just give Brianna an idea. What kind of job could she get or should she have? Well, you have options, girl. Look at that. It says here, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So maybe just sitting down and thinking about, what sounds like fun, because this is going to be a fun job. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing you like as a floral shop lady, like creating flower arrangements or something. Because look, you've got the flowers card, and then this person is holding a bouquet of roses. Wow, have you ever thought about working in a floral shop? I mean, I think that would be heaven on earth. The beautiful smells of the flowers and just the nature of it all. I love nature, so that sounds like so much fun. I don't know if that's something that's ever crossed your radar, but Spirit says here, working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. Or even just creating something that has flower prints, like resin flowers, and then you make them into jewelry, or handmade stuff, handmade, because that's something. Look, this person has put in, oh, interesting, and look, she's got all those dried flowers and herbs hanging. I did not notice that till just now. And then look at all the herbs down here. It's like she's creating something with nature. She's making something. Have you ever thought about having some sort of Etsy shop where you're creating jewelry, or maybe even planting? Like if you love gardening, you could create a garden, like an herb garden, and then you could sell tea, different teas that you're creating, or stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. This to me, it feels very, very natural kind of job, like a job where you're working very closely with nature or the elements of nature. But again, you have many options and you're on the right path. So keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So just putting that intention to the universe, hey, I need a job. What would be beneficial for me? Please bring it on, Spirit. You're already on it. You're already on the right track. Yes, I thought about doing an Etsy shop. Yeah, so that could be something, even if, it doesn't take off right away, your hard work will pay off eventually, because look, the Knight of Pentacles, she has really worked her way up all those pentacles. She's put in the hard work. She's done the planning and, implemented it. She's figured it all out. And now she is just living her best life, creating beautiful things and selling them to people and having so much fun along the way. So that could be something you even start as a side hustle that might eventually become a full-time gig. So, maybe just try and see what that could bring in for you. Maybe just brainstorm again with that options. Maybe you're not just offering one thing. Maybe you're just offering many different handmade goods and items, because you have options. All right, what else is coming in for Brianna? Shepherd's job stuff and animals. So flowers and animals. I mean, working closely with nature. We've already really established that. So also, you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance, as the animals are part of your life's work. So maybe like working at like the Humane Society, or I don't know, something where there's animals, something like that. So maybe do some research, look into animals, flowers, jobs that you could do that you're working closely with these things. As far as animals go, I mean, this isn't that animal card. Where did it go? I lost it. But it was an exotic animal she was holding on to. It wasn't just a cat or dog. So maybe, I don't know if there's a zoo near you where you could work in like a zoo gift shop, or I don't know, something like that. It sounds very, very fun, but you're going to love whatever it is you figure out doing. But you have options. So Spirit doesn't want to limit what this could be for you. But I think we've came up with a few little ideas. Humanitarian work sounds my speed. Yeah, very humanitarian, very loving, very empathetic. Very nurturing energy for sure. You've always wanted to help wherever I can. Yeah, and that feels to me like what you're going to be doing. So yay. So just put your feelers out there, talk to your spirit team to get that energy out there, and then start looking all over your area for different jobs in kind of a more natural realm or a more humanitarian realm, because you're going to do really well doing that for sure. Okay. So up next, we've got Ethan's question, and then if anyone else decides to donate, we will finish off with them. Let's get a timeline for you, Brianna. Ethan can go ahead and post his question, and we'll get Brianna's timeline for her job. 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, or 7, which would be July, which is almost a year from now. I'm really seeing the 7-week mark. I think between now and 7 weeks, you're going to have a really clear path on at least what sounds like fun, and start looking. That's what's going to be going on. If not, you actually be in a position, in a job position, and starting work. So 7 weeks is really the timeline I'm honing in on there. So between now and 7 weeks. But of course, timelines are like a rubber band. They expand or contrast depending on the actions we take. So you could take action tonight and really do your research and figure out what you could do. And you may even have that job by next week, for all we know. This is as far out as 7 weeks. As long as you're putting in that effort and that energy and action to do it, okay? All right. So Ethan is going to wrap us up here. You are so welcome, Brianna. I'm excited for you. You'll have to let us know when you find that job, what you decided on and how it's going. Okay, so this will be a continuation of yesterday's reading. Is there anything I can do to help with Christian's fear of his self-worth? I want the best for him, and I try my best to show love. Okay. All right, let's see. We're going to use the reversal deck. Oh, the PayPal link. Yeah, it's either pinned at the top of the chat there, or in the description below, there's the PayPal donation link there. So you can check that out, Lori Ann, or Loran. I never know if I'm saying that right. I apologize. Okay. So I don't know, Ethan. It's interesting because remember, so this came up yesterday, I believe, in this reading for you. And this is in reverse. And it came out in reverse again today. But upright, this person, this 8 of coins, this person's doing a lot of hard work, and that hard work is going to soon pay off. But it's in reverse. So it's like, pair it up with the Hermit. I think this is just what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to fumble through it, feel through it, and really figure it out on his own. But of course, this hard work being in reverse, he's going to understand, because anything that shows up as a reversal has the potential, both good and bad, or any card has the potential in any reading to reverse or stay upright. But any reversal also has the opportunity as a potential in the reading to right itself. The potential, because this card even showed up, there is the potential for it to right itself. So he will understand that the hard work he is putting into his own healing will pay off. And then he will let you in more and not feel so hermited away, like he has to hide those parts of himself. But just you holding space for him and being present in his life is enough, is really what Spirit's showing me. Let's see. Anything else? Anything Ethan can do besides just holding space and being there for Christian to help Christian through his internal battles? All right, 7 of Wands. Yeah, so this is all about, rising above. Like, this person has risen above all of the just BS going on, and this could even be, what I'm seeing here is, this is a card about really using that throat chakra, speaking your truth. So maybe this is what I'm seeing, just letting Christian know, hey, if at any point there's something you want to talk about because you just don't feel you have anyone to talk about it with, just know I will never judge you for anything that you want to talk about. I am a neutral channel for you to utilize. How do you even put this? I will not judge you for these things, and I want to help you. I'm just letting you know. So maybe just having a conversation where you open up to him and let him know, hey, I'm here anytime you need me to talk about anything you need to, and I will not judge you or hold against you anything that you want to talk about, because I adore you and I'm here for you. So that's really mostly what I see you being able to do for him. So I hope that resonates. I'm just going to get one more, taking me over here to the mermaid deck. So we're going to get one more just word of advice or clarity on the situation for Ethan. Christian to open up to Ethan. Anything Ethan can do. Okay, gentleness. Yes, just being that very neutral, open channel for him to understand and know that you're not judging him. You're just open and available to just send love his way and feel that empathy toward him. You know, this isn't anything you have to be, barreling into him like, hey, I'm here if you need, it's a very gentle energy, I'm seeing very Cancer energy, mixed with a little bit of Pisces is kind of what's showing up, which are both water signs. So yeah, you never judge him. But again, he may feel like I don't want to say too much or do too much because what if I overstep and so you just telling him, hey, it's not you overstepping, sharing your inner environment with me. I would absolutely love to hear about that so I can try to help you in any way I can. Just you opening up and letting him know you would like to help is enough. And he knows anytime that he needs to open up to you, he will be there. It won't be something you have to tell him every day. It'll be like a one-time conversation and he'll know. And he'll actually, I see a timeline where he will actually feel like he can open up and would open up to you. All right, so we had Lorianne or Lorianne, however I pronounce that. Okay. So, hello, dear. I would love to know anything more about my life purpose and maybe if my current boyfriend is part of this purpose. Perfect. Okay, let's tune into that energy from Lorianne. Yeah, Pika Lee's kind of in the same boat as you, Ethan, but she just doesn't have the other kind of contact or communication with her love interest because that love interest is kind of ghosted. Crazy love interest. Lorianne's purpose. Okay. Wow. Grab this. All right. Wow. I think so. Okay, so we're going to start here. So I do see a very clear love of animals, of nature with you, Lorianne. And also, I do feel if you want a family, that is definitely part of your life purpose. And your love interest, your significant other, could definitely be one half of the parentage of any children you're bringing in. So I see that as a very clear and distinct possibility here with your life purpose. But your life purpose really is to be like that loving and beautiful, innocent light that connects innocently with animals, like loving animals and adoring animals and helping animals. And same with your own family members, the ones you came from and the ones that you are creating, if that's what you want to do. And just any other family member in your life, just being there and holding space for them and loving them. That nurturing is a big part of your life purpose, just nurturing, very nurturing, loving, beautiful energy, because you also have the healer card as well. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. And first and foremost, you just heal, just with your beautiful vibration, you heal the animals in your life. You heal your family members. They feel so loved and like known and adored in your energy. And with this healer, it's like you don't have to study Reiki. I mean, you can, absolutely. I mean, it doesn't have to look as black and white as you studying Reiki or you becoming a doctor and helping people that way. It's just your loving energy. The hugs you give are so energetically packed with love and positive vibes that heals people on a cellular level. Like the beautiful, loving, healing energy you bring to the table in everything you do, even when you're sad and you don't want people at the store to even look at you, let alone talk to you, there's still this beautiful healer within you that is still touching other people's lives in such a profound way. But when you just show up fully in whatever it is your heart is calling you to do, that's when you're doing your best healing work. So whatever it is your heart is calling you to do, whoop, there it is. And we had, interestingly enough, with Brianna's question, she had both of these cards come out as well. You also have that flowers card. So being in nature, feeling connected to nature. I mean, this family is crossing some little bridge here, out in nature, just having a beautiful time. They're all barefoot. They're deeply connected to nature, maybe going on family camping trips or hiking trips, just really feeling connected to nature. And flowers, working with essential oils, drinking teas and eating foods that you've grown in your own garden. These are all very important to you to have very pure energy, because that pure energy really does help fuel that beautiful, loving energy you bring to the world, to your family, to your friends and animals. 100% right as far as animals are concerned. My problem with my healing energy is that sometimes some people hate me for that and really reject me. Absolutely. That is a big theme with a lot of healers. People who love their misery and love their victimhood, a lot of times healers rub them the wrong way because they don't want to leave their victimhood. They're very happy and secure and safe and all cozied up in that victimhood. If you took that victimhood away or healed the problem that they had, they would almost have no identity. There are people out there like that. Misery loves company, I just heard. So it almost helps you, this beautiful healing vibe that you have, it almost helps you weed out those people who would bring your vibration down. So it's actually kind of a blessing in disguise if you think about it. But you also have the Heart's Desire card. So they're leaving this open to you. Your life purpose is not, and I always say this on my channel too, your life purpose is not any one thing. Of course, we can have an overarching life purpose that feels very much like this healing energy because many of us were planted down here on this planet right now at this time to help heal and raise the vibration of this planet. And that's exactly what you are here to do and what you're doing it. You're doing it beautifully. So even if you feel the need to level up and be a better version of yourself, then you can do that. But you are amazing just doing what you're doing, wherever you're doing it, however you're doing it. You're holding that beautiful light that is helping to heal this world. So Spirit doesn't want to say you should be an artist, you should be an attorney, you should be a XYZ, because they don't want to limit you. Because I think, Loran, as far as your like career, it can be your career specifically can be a big part of your life purpose, but also your hobbies, your interests, just the people you gravitate toward energetically. These are all part of your life purpose, and you really do get a sense of accomplishment and purpose just having a deep conversation with someone. That can make you feel very purposeful, or just being that shoulder for someone to cry on. But you will ultimately find a job that really makes your heart sing, a career that makes your heart sing, that you feel like, I was put on this planet to do this work, and I almost feel guilty charging money for it because I enjoy it and I love it so much. So Spirit's kind of leaving out what could this thing be? They're leaving that out purposely, but it does have an undertone of healing. And, you can heal as a, cashier in a store. You can heal as a spiritual teacher. You can heal as a doctor. You can heal as, a stay-at-home mom. There are so many ways to heal. They don't always have to be that go-getter, pinnacle of society type of person, political person, famous person. It doesn't have to be like that. You're going to find the exact way you need to navigate. And maybe you're trying on a lot of different hats, trying a couple different jobs, trying some different hobbies, and you're going to find your way through. And every single thing that you experience, it is part of your destiny and it is part of your journey. So make sure that you're not judging yourself like, oh, I wasted so much time doing this thing when all along I should have been doing that. No, because this brought you to that. So always keep an open mind in that way. So I know you wanted probably a more clear and concise answer, but Spirit's really wanting to just leave that up to you and opening that heart and just doing what your heart desires. And on the back of the deck, as I'm putting it all away, counseling. So you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. That beautiful empathy that is just radiating off of you. I can feel it from here. I can feel it from here. So you just, even if you're not in psychology and an actual counselor, you still counsel and, heal and advise people with the beautiful words that you speak and just, holding space for people. That's just a big part of who you are. So that was beautiful. Absolutely. Okay, so up next we've got Cheyenne and then Michael. So Michael, remind me who you are in the chat so that I can put you on the list. So Cheyenne's got her question out. And then Michael will be next. I thought so, JVW. Cool. All right, thank you so much. And you already posted your question. So when the time comes right after Cheyenne's question, I will just read it right there. Okay. But JVW. Okay, so let's see. Cheyenne. Okay. Could I have more insight into my next job, please? I feel stuck with nothing planned. Okay. Absolutely. Let's feel into that energy. For Cheyenne. these three that want to come out. Okay, so interesting. We have study, much like your twin sister got, which is interesting because, twins have very similar birth charts. They're not exact because you may have a different ascendant, and of course, all the degrees will be slightly different. Um, so it makes sense that both of you really love to study and learn things, and it is part of your purpose to study and learn as much as you can about all sorts of different things because like in my instance, I was a photographer and then I had this big awakening and I got really into astrology, Vedic astrology more specifically, and learning about past lives and just all the spiritual different things. But I had nowhere to go with that but, personal conversations. But I didn't have a lot of awakened people in my life to really, share that wealth of knowledge that I had gained and that I had gained through meditation. So study, you could also, go within and get answers that way as well. It doesn't always have to be outside of you, it can be within you as well. But what I see with this is, you all these things you're learning and all of that, you're going to be able to synthesize those into what you will finally do. Like with me, doing this, astrology, numerology, all the different, scientific, spiritual kind of modalities that I've learned. Of course, I'm not a master in any of them, but I know enough that I can really piece together and make a picture of what that could mean for somebody in a reading. So it's like the things that you're interested in are going to intersect with the job that you eventually have. Again, you may have, like I did in the past, I worked at a lumber mill once. I worked at a welding shop once. I worked as a waitress a few different times here and there. I was a photographer. I worked as a graphic designer. I mean, I've had lots of different jobs, but I knew ultimately deep down that I always wanted to work for myself because that's where I could really shine and take my time and do what I needed. But you also have energy healing. So you also are a healer. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life purpose. So again, like I was saying with that message of healing, it doesn't have to be you taking, studying Reiki and then being a Reiki practitioner or studying quantum healing hypnosis and then being one of those practitioners. I mean, it doesn't have to be so, set like that. You could become, I don't know, a bookkeeper in an office and still be doing this healing work in the job that you're in. So, whatever it is you're going in, whatever direction. And a lot of times when we do feel directionless, it's just letting us know that we are really amping up to really step into that role of our purpose. Because, I always associated myself from the time right after my oldest son was born through that time of awakening. I was the photographer. I was the mom. I didn't have like a self-identity, and I had this sense of purpose that I wanted to help so many people, but I just didn't know how to bring that about. I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I'm helping people take their photos and, I'm trying to help them. It's funny because so many times people would tell me as I'm doing their photos, they would tell me their life story and I'd give them advice on how to fix their lives, some intuitive downloads of what I thought could help. Of course, I'm not sitting there with my camera in one hand and a tarot deck in the other, like, oh, yeah, this. I was just using my intuition, and so many people, I mean, the sessions would last so much longer because we're just sitting around talking, not about me, but about them. And, so it's like I was a photographer, but yet I was still doing this beautiful work of healing with my energy and, helping give people epiphanies about, oh, I guess I could do that. I didn't think of that. Just giving. Always been since a young child, been somebody who kind of like triggered new ways of thinking within people. And I'm really getting a very similar vibe with you, Cheyenne. I am picking up, much like Vicky not wanting to do public speaking and everything, I see you as someone who's probably very introverted as well and probably shy unless it's around a group of people and feel you can be yourself around. So it's going to kind of come with the territory of what you actually end up doing. But you also have that love and light, or light and love card. Your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world. So you are doing that beautiful healing work through whatever it is. Of course, in Vicky's instance, it's teaching something she has learned to other people. Let's see what this could be. Spirit, can you throw us a bone and get more specific? Or are you just going to leave it wide open? Spirit's not wanting to get too specific because they don't want to limit, I think, is why. Yeah. So the career that you're going into will bring a sense of justice. It's like you want to help people who are underprivileged or the underdog in some way. This could be like a paralegal. They work a lot of times with attorneys to, right wrongs and bring justice to the world, right? This could even be like some sort of social worker where you are working with people who are underprivileged and, trying to help them, bring them up, give them the hand up so that they can, be on a level playing ground. And it says here, your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. And you may even be working with children. I know we didn't get the children card, but I do see some children. So they could be your future children you're working with and helping and growing with. But we also have the yoga card. So your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercise. So this is just you really being in tune with your own body, eating right, doing these healing kind of modalities within your own life. And that's just going to ripple effect into whatever it is you're meant to do for a job. Let's just see if Spirit can, again, try to throw a spawn. Well, they're telling us already, though, career change on the back of the deck. You're embarking upon a career change or a career that brings you joy, abundance you deserve. So it's going to be a fun and joyful career. It's something you're very passionate about. Let's just see if they'll tell us what that career could be. Probably won't, but we'll see if we can figure this out. Strength. So this is something you are tapping into more that source of inner strength rather than, this is very introverted energy I'm picking up. This is not you being that very, very outspoken, extroverted Leo, like a lot of Leos are, not all, but many Leos are very extroverted, and here I am. The lights are shining on me. I'm so excited. This is more the introverted side of Leo that is introspective and creative and wants to help that underdog. Leo is very passionate about helping children because Leo rules the natural fifth house, and the fifth house indicates children. So children and young animals, there's a baby lamb there as well. So again, they're not coming right out and saying it, but your healing work will help people. Yeah, they're telling me why now. On the back of the deck, we have the Lovers. This is a choice. So they're showing me two things with this. With the Lovers card, it does involve you making a choice between different areas of study or different careers. So they don't want to limit what that could be for you because there's maybe 3 or 4 possibilities that are maybe rolling around in your head. Like, I could be this, I could be that, I don't know. But Spirit doesn't want to limit you by saying, do this, be this. They want to leave it open. And also, the Lovers card represents lovers. So when you do meet your significant other, and especially after the time you get married, when you get married, the day you get married, in Vedic astrology, it triggers and opens basically what's called the Navamsha chart, which is basically the life or the chart for your life for the second half of your life. But you can actually take your Navamsha chart and even replace your birth chart with it because it's that accurate as to who you are as you grow. Your birth chart is kind of who you are from the start of your life till, it phases through. It kind of overlaps with the Navamsha into your older life as well. And there will always be elements from that original birth chart that always resonate with you from day 1 to day 100 and, age 100. I mean, not day 100. Day 100 is not even a year old. But there's choices that you're going to be making, and you meeting your significant other, and especially if you want to get married, when you do get married, that's when your career is really going to take off. Because I know, just for me personally as well, I was not an entrepreneur in any way before I got married. I worked right before we got married at a graphic design. I worked for another photographer doing the graphic design, the website, and the editing of all the photos and all of that. And then after the wedding, I became my own boss. I was a photographer all on my own. So this wedding, you meeting, and then, because it's interesting, because you'll start to really feel into this sense of what this could be once you meet the significant other. But then when you marry them, that's a trigger point to really up your game and go in the direction of your career. Not to say, though, Cheyenne, that you have to put all your life on hold until you meet that one and then marry the one. No. Keep trying things out in the meantime. Yes, your fellow will help you. Not specifically like with my husband, like we don't work together. He's in IT. He's very analytical. He can figure out how to, create networks. He's a network architect. He can create networks, and he was a network engineer for many years, and now he's a network architect. My mind does not work anywhere near what he does. But, he can definitely help me when my computer's on the fritz, or something's going on with the program I'm trying to edit, and he can help me by getting in there and doing it. But I don't think you're going to be working with your significant other, but just you being connected to him, it triggers you into your life purpose, if that makes sense. I haven't met him though, so I'm going to, no, I don't think you're going to be unemployed. I just don't think that the career you're going to end up being in, over the next maybe even 5 years is going to be your forever, I'm in this career until I retire. I don't see that. But even if you shift jobs or careers for a little while, you're gaining experience. These are all things that are really going to shape and mold you, kind of like that slab of marble. You're the slab of marble, and you trying these new jobs is like the chisel and the hammer, just kind of shaping out, well, what is my purpose? And then when you meet the one, so to speak, just the day you meet that person, it's like your energy shifts and starts moving more toward your later in life chart and your sense of purpose. And especially because you haven't reached that Saturn return yet. Saturn return is a game changer for almost everybody. I don't know anyone who wasn't deeply affected between age kind of 27 and a half through 32. That's kind of, you're in that Saturn return energy. Almost everybody really grows up during that time, really figures it out, really feels into their heart and finds that sense of purpose. Absolutely, Cheyenne. We will tap into his energy for sure. All right. So JVW, go ahead and post your question. Oh, you already did post your question. If you didn't want to post it again, I can go up and look for that. Okay. Yeah. So Spirit's kind of leaving it open because I think there's still some more just kind of soul searching you're doing in the job arena. Let's roll that astro die real quick for Cheyenne. We got a 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months, or June. Or 6 months. Did I say 6 months? I'm really seeing by that 6-month mark, you're going to have at least an idea of what you want to do. If not, you're already in that job. 6 weeks from now, I think you're going to have a more clear direction of where you want to go. I mean, again, it could be even sooner than this. If you don't want to wait 6 weeks to find that perfect job, just start now. Just put that intention out there now that you're going to find a job that is really serving your highest good. That's such a big thing. Okay. Oh, thank you. Your YouTube thumbnails are always beautiful. Thank you for that. It's funny because I try to make them unique, yet not so different from other people's thumbnails that they're like, what is this video I'm about to watch? I still want it to be very clearly a pick a card. Okay, so scroll back up to question for JVW, and then we'll do Cheyenne's question after that as well. Did I miss it? I'm trying to find it. I am on standby. Okay, so I think you posted it way before that, so I'm going to scroll back. Oh, there we are. Okay, JVW says, my boyfriend and I love each other. We have a 10-month-old baby, but we can't get along. Our relationship started out with a lot of negativity. He wants to stay together, but we don't know how to fix it, our relationship. Oh, so is your relationship finished? Let's just see. Okay, let's see what you can do to improve it, or what lessons are being learned, or just anything Spirit wants to bring to the table about your relationship. We're going to use my reversal deck to bring out those shadow aspects. JVW and boyfriend. Anything they need to know about the relationship, how to fix it, any lessons that are being learned, just anything Spirit wants to let JVW know about the relationship. These two as well. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So you really are feeling stuck or stagnant, because when the Ace of Pentacles shows up, this is a new, like, you feel like, oh wow, this is so exciting. This is something I can really take the distance. But when this shows up in reverse, it's almost like you feel stuck, or like there's no future here, or I don't know where to go from here. I'm just stifled. I don't know what to do. That's very telling of the energy that you are staying in. And then this one showed up in reverse as well. So the Eight of Pentacles upright talks all about that hard work. You're still putting in the effort in the work. Maybe you're not quite seeing the fruits of the labor yet, but that hard work will eventually pay off. But this is in the reverse as well. So you not only are you feeling stuck, stagnant, but like you don't even know what to do. You're like, I'm willing maybe to do the work, but like I don't know what work to actually do. It's almost like, being in a white room with nothing to do, no tools, no nothing to do. And you're like, what should I focus on? There's nothing here. What's happening? So it's almost like you don't even know what to work on or where to start to do the work. Um, then you have the tower, but it's in reverse. So this is actually probably the best indication that things might be able to be salvaged. It's just finding a clear direction in where to start, kind of a starting point to healing in this relationship. So one great way to start would be, if you're into meditation at all, JVW, the best thing I would say would be to just go find a cord cutting meditation here on YouTube, because you're not cutting the cord from them, like severing that connection forever or anything like that. It's just clearing all the old junk and gunk, and even maybe asking your own heart, your own guides or angels, just asking, what are the problems in this relationship? What is this trying to show me? What does my soul want to learn from this? What is it that's being presented here? And if you're quiet enough and in solitude enough, you will start to hear that answer. It'll come from your heart, not your mind. Of course, you might interpret it in your mind, but it's going to be a loving message from your heart. It's really what I'm seeing. So doing that cord cutting meditation is really going to help you kind of clear the decks of the negativity so you can have a clean slate. Because when things, we were just talking about that white room with nothing in it. Well, what do I do? What do I do? Well, you can take the very opposite of that. A room like, that show Hoarders. Like, there's a room that's so hoarded up to the ceiling with just stuff and clutter and just so much that's in the room that you're like, I don't even know where to start. So you could take, I don't know where to start because there's nothing here, but you can also see, like, there's so much work to do here. I don't even know where to begin. And they're saying, take the trash out first. That's what Spirit just said. It's like in like those hoarding shows, those, I think it's called Hoarders, Hoarding Buried Alive, or there's one called Hoarders as well. I used to watch those once in a while. It was really good cleaning inspiration for me. I'm nowhere near a hoarder, but like just seeing that, I'm like, I want everything in my house to sparkle and shine and be organized. Such good cleaning advice. Oh, you were calling yourself a hoarder yesterday. That's so funny. It's not funny, but it's interesting. But it's almost like it's like one of these hoarders, or hoarding people, I should say. They have a material lack, right? There's a lack in security that makes them want to hoard items. So they fill that void within themselves with items. And I think you're trying to maybe even fill a void in your life, Jamie, with the love of your boyfriend. And maybe he, because you're mirrors of each other, is trying to do the very same thing, where he's trying to get that sense of happiness by doing, getting that from you. When happiness is an inside job, happiness is our own responsibility. It's our own responsibility to make ourselves happy rather than expect someone else to do it for us. And that's where you, Jamie, if you want to start doing meditation, start working on yourself, start looking into hobbies that, bring you joy. And it sounds counterintuitive, like, well, I'm trying to work on my relationship, but you're basically telling me to work on myself. Absolutely, because you are one half of every relationship you show up in. And Spirit wants you to really nurture and feel into and forgive and love that inner version of yourself that is wounded. That's what's needing this external validation or happiness from someone else. And I think your significant other is going through much the same thing as well. And because we have also the Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles. This is someone, this could be a hoarder. This could be someone who hoards wealth, who hoards, any little bone that's thrown. They're like, it's mine. And really all this person needs to understand is that the universe is abundant. And if they have to let go of a few of these things, even this person might even hold on to things that they don't want, that have bad memories associated with it, but they don't want to lose it. So they will hold on to things that are no longer serving them. So this is you knowing and picking out what to release that's no longer serving. Habits, ways of acting. And of course, instead of, we all have our laundry list of things that our significant other does that kind of makes us upset, or we wish they did differently, and all of these things. But instead of focusing on all that, we're being asked to now go within and focus on your laundry list of things about yourself that upset you. Heal the things you can heal. Um, Release some bad habits that you know are affecting your life, like maybe staying up too late, maybe drinking too much coffee, maybe eating bad food and not feeling really comfortable in your body because your digestion's all messed up. Stuff like this. Really taking care of ourselves, bringing it all back. Oh, Mickey's mother's maiden name is done, by the way. That's so cool. But it's almost like Spirit's like bringing it down to simplicity, just simplifying your life, simplifying your day, not trying to, put so many different things on your to-do list that every single day is jam-packed and you're just go and go and go. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time to just relax and to just be, and to do that self-love and self-care. And then you're going to start seeing all this beautiful work that you're putting into yourself reflected in Mickey, because he's going to see you shining and doing your thing. And then he's going to want to do the thing for himself. Maybe he wants to lose a few pounds. Maybe he wants to get rid of some clutter. Maybe he wants to heal some childhood traumas. I don't know, whatever he's got going on. But he's going to see you doing these things and then want to do them as well. And then you guys are going to be more healed and more complete on your own, that you can come together. And this does not mean you have to break up to accomplish this, because I see this as worth fighting for. That's exactly what I saw with that tower in reverse. The tower was struck and broken. If this was upright, that tower's coming down. But it was in reverse. So you're at the lowest point you're going to get here. There is no, ultimately in the timeline you're on right now, no decision has been made that, okay, this is definitely over, I'm done. Because there's still so much love here. And it's worth fighting for. Because remember, it may not feel like it, but this has the potential to turn upright, and that work will pay off. It will. All that beautiful work you're putting into your family, your baby, yourself, your home, your sense of purpose, this is all going to pay off. So let's get you a sacred self-care for Jamie, just a beautiful way Jamie can take care of herself that would really help her life and her relationship ultimately. Aromatherapy. So, if you're not into essential oils or, things that make you really elevate your senses like that, just getting out in nature. You could take this a couple different ways. Even connecting with nature, eating more natural foods, because what we fuel our body with is what gives us the energy to thrive. If we are, doing a lot of processed foods, fast foods, just foods that aren't good for us, it like gums up our system. Think of it this way. You have a beautiful vessel, a car. Okay, your body is your car, right? You have a car out in your parking lot or in your driveway that you just bought. You spent a nice chunk of change on that car. You don't want to just go put sugar in the gas tank or diesel if it's an unleaded gasoline car. You're not going to go put diesel in it. You're going to fuel that vehicle with exactly what it needs to run its best, because it's the only one you got, at least for now, because you spent so much money on it, and there it is. But yet with our bodies, it's the only car we can have in this life, right? But yet we treat them so horribly. So this is all about, I think it really goes back to you taking the best care of your body. And then the mind will follow and the spiritual stuff will follow. But it really just comes back to the body, just taking really good care of the body and getting out in nature, walking barefoot in nature, connecting to nature, maybe bringing the baby outside in nature, and just connecting to nature will really bring you back to your center, bring you back to your body. Because a lot of us live up in our heads almost all the time. It's like you might feel all up in your head, and then you're like, oh my God, my feet are so cold. Like you didn't even know your feet were cold because you're so up in your head about it. Or, wow, my back hurts. I'm sitting in a really weird position. Why is my posture so bad? And you didn't even realize because you're so up in your head. Like we all do it. We all do it. I'm not trying to just call you out, Jamie, but we all do it. What they say, nature, 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 nature. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. Yes. I love when Spirit confirms what they're showing me with the cards, because that really shows you guys the magic of play here as well. So we have the number 3 here, which is all about collaborating. There's 3 of you, Mickey, and the baby. There's 3 of you collaborating. This is also a very creative energy. So if there are any hobbies you have that are creative, this would be something really good you could do to, feel really good about yourself. Oh, you're trying to become a medium. So you've been really in your head. Yeah. And grounding is very important for anyone who's really operating in these higher chakras, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and also the crown and soul star, all the higher chakras. the bridge between the higher and lower is the heart. So really working on that heart chakra is going to actually be the best thing if you're wanting to become a medium. Work on that heart chakra even more, the third eye and crown. Doing creative stuff will really open that channel as well, for sure. But ground yourself, and we have the number 25, which adds up to 7, which is that very spiritual and introspective number. So you just having more time to spend with yourself, which is hard with a 10-month-old baby. I know, I've been there. Got 2 boys, age 10 and 6 now, but it's hard. When the baby's in a nap, sometimes you want a nap. So it's not like you can get out and ground yourself and do all these things. But yes, these are just a couple ways to do this. But I don't see this as being over. I see there's a lot of work to do, absolutely, but it's worth fighting for, I keep hearing. So yeah, I guess if you want more in-depth, we can do another question later on or something, but yeah, that's what Spirit's showing me. So it's not over till it's over. So work on you, and maybe even just say, I love you, and things are hard now, and I'm sure he knows that because he's half of this equation here. And just say, I'm not saying we break up, but I think maybe we both just go within and focus on our inner yuckiness and our inner happiness and our inner everything. And of course, we can still have dinner together and have conversations and be together, but like with mostly us being centered on ourselves, kind of self-centered for a while, if you will. And of course, the baby kind of takes priority over everything. But yeah, I think that will help. Just having that conversation that I think, we're just 2 wounded, broken people. This thing started in a very negative way because you said there was a lot of negativity at the beginning. Just really going within and facing whatever is wanting to come up. And just explaining to him that's what you're doing. Because if you just got really, really selfish with your time and didn't really do a lot with him or for him anymore, that would really throw him off. So just let him know. Communicate. Almost over communicate if you have to, because communication will really help you through this for sure. On both ends. You communicating to him communicating to you. All right. My TV made a glitchy flicker, so I'm taking that as a sign of validation. Cool. Okay, so up next we have Cheyenne, and then Pika Lee, and then Asia. So that's our updated list. Oh no, I lied. It's Michael, then Linda, then Cheyenne. Okay, let me recenter myself here. I didn't see Linda's. Linda's got 1 question and 1 yes, no. Cheyenne has a question, Pika Lee has a question, and then Asia has a question. Look at that. There we go. So, for Linda, she has here, my question is, husband having knee problems, seen many doctors, no solutions, but surgery is not recommended. What can he do to lessen the pain, get relief? Any solution for this? He's tried so many things, hindering his love of hiking and being active. Okay, beautiful that we were talking about all that grounding in the question right before this. And I love how sometimes these questions build on each other. I love that. But grounding, earthing is you putting your bare feet on the earth. It has been known to really heal random and mysterious illnesses and ailments that people can't get a handle on. So has he tried just sitting out in a lawn chair with his bare feet in the grass, or just connecting to the earth, not just being out in nature? I mean, that's really good for us and stuff, but actually being plugged in. It's like when you put your bare feet in the sand, in the ocean, in a lake, on the grass, connect your feet to the earth. That's like you plugging your phone in and charging it. We don't do that enough. You use earthing pads. Good. So he's already on the right track with that. That's really good because that will still help him and benefit him. So good. Do that. And, you giving him some of that fulvic acid, Linda, could also really benefit him. My husband had a, what's it called? Oh, man. I'm already forgetting the thing in the knee. He had a knee surgery. He tore his ACL. He tore his ACL in high school in basketball. And he's seeing a lot just with he doesn't have a lot of pain in the knee so much, but like just the scar of his knee since he started taking that fulvic acid is starting to like change. It's not so thick and all sorts of crazy stuff. Oh yeah, that's going to be tough outside for sure. Yes, the fulvic acid. even applying it directly to the knee as like a mask. You just mix up a little fulvic acid and a little bit of water, like just a teeny tiny amount with some water, and just applying it to the area as a mask. And you can also do a foot bath. I'm sure you've read all about the foot baths and all of that. These would be good ways. That would help him right now for sure. They're already just giving me that information just out of the gate. But let's see any other message from Spirit. So, okay, yeah, diet is important here. I was gonna say, too, that diet is more important than we think in everything. So, yes, just really enhancing the diet, cutting out things that just aren't good for. Does this have to do maybe with inflammation? Because inflammation can really affect the different joints and all of that. Because Spirit's showing me like it's inflamed, like it's almost like in the old cartoons when they'd hit their thumb with the hammer and the thumb would be red and pulsing real big like this. That's what they're showing me is going on with his knee. And the fact that doctors can't quite figure out what's going on, that to me is like ding, 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 we have a winner with inflammation. They're showing me like heart, like high blood pressure. Is he on any kind of medication for high blood pressure? I don't know why that's coming out. Or maybe there's something going on with his blood pressure that's then affecting the blood flow to the knee. Random, I don't know. Planning a more whole food diet. He's gluten-free for a while. That's good, 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 good. So you're already, taking steps to figure this out. But then we had the children card come out, which is interesting. He probably wants to be able to keep up, as his younger self or with, the children that you have. Let's see. As far as the order, Cheyenne, Peak, Elite, Asia, that's the order I have after Linda. Okay. But children, it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help my children. So has he been helped? Do you guys have children? I should probably ask that first and foremost. And has he been helping them do something? I don't know. It calcium deposits in arteries, which is concerning. Okay. Yeah, there's something about the pressure of the blood or inflammation and all that. But they're showing me maybe there was something he did, or even like kind of a more spiritual reason for this happening. He felt he couldn't help the kids as much as he wanted to. Could be financially, could be physically, being there for them as they were growing up or something like that. That's now manifesting as a problem with this knee. I have one son and he helps him with sports. Okay. Wow. It's all because they're almost showing me like him taking on the burden of the child through the knee. Like, that makes sense though. If your son's really involved with sports or loves sports, I was just talking about my husband with the knee injury at basketball. Like, that's a sport. Like, that's interesting. We're kind of coming full circle now. Yeah. So it could just be that the area is inflamed because he's helping him with sports. And because of his knee, he can't help train. Yeah, I bet that really, he's like, I just want to help. I want to be out there. And then we have your acceptance. So, dear God and Archangel Raphael, please help me accept that everything is going in the right direction. So I think he's going to see this through, and this will be a thing in the past. It's just maybe dealing with inflammation. Look up eliminating inflammation in the body, which I know Fulvic will help with. But look at different dietary, because it says diet is important here. Look up different dietary ways to reduce inflammation. That will really help him, I think. But they're showing me about 2 to 3 weeks from now, he's really going to see a difference. He's going to see that things don't hurt as much. And it might not be something that occurs to him all at once, but you're noticing him moving around a lot easier. You're like, oh, is your knee doing all? He's like, I didn't think of it. It's actually feeling a lot better. Like within these next 3 weeks. Let's see. We're going to go to this guy. One more. This husband's knee issue. Yeah, that's got to be tough, especially if he likes to help with sports and do hiking and just get out and about. Yeah, those 110-degree temps are going to be a no-go on the old grounding as much as you would want, for sure. Yeah, look, he's breaking free. He's breaking free from this inflammatory kind of response that the knee is doing. Yeah, he's going to do this. So do a little Black Oxygen Organics mask right on the knee area, even kind of bigger than just a little teeny sprinkle of that will create a decent amount that you can then mask the whole area with, and maybe leave it on about a half hour and then rinse it off or take a shower, however. and because that'll apply it directly to it, because our skin is the biggest organ we have, right? It covers our whole body, most of us anyway. But applying that directly to the skin, it'll reach the bloodstream and then go where it's needed from there as well. That's why we need to be mindful also, everybody listening, of like the lotions that we use and the things we apply to our skin, the makeup we wear, because all those toxins and chemicals within, I don't know, especially like lotion, I think it's like 14 to 20 seconds, and then that stuff's in your bloodstream. So you guys got to be really careful. All of us got to be really careful with the different chemicals and the lotions and the things we apply to our bodies, because within minutes, seconds to minutes, that stuff is in our bloodstream. So yeah, maybe there's something he's applying somewhere else on his body that's not agreeing with this inflammatory response in his body as well. Maybe that's why we brought that up. Yeah, that would be the cooking of the feet rather than the grounding for sure. Yeah, but look on the back of the deck as I put it away, feeling safe. So he's gonna feel much better very soon. He uses essential oils. Any you can recommend? Oh, absolutely. Let's find it. Where is my new? Look at this. The newest deck that I have recently purchased is the Essential Oils Healing Deck. So let's ask Spirit if they can give us an amazing essential oil that Linda's husband can use for this issue that is causing. I won't even just say the knee problem, because I think it's just kind of one place that it's sort of showing symptoms of. I think this is a greater deal going on in his body that's just kind of manifesting in the knee. So they're telling me to rephrase not just what essential oil will help with the knee, but like what essential oil will help with the body issue that is causing the knee pain. That's how we're going to word this. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Already bringing one out. Anything else for Linda's husband? The issue that is causing the knee pain in the body? Any essential oil suggestions, recommendations? Here we are. Okay, wow. So we have here first, the first one that came up was celery seed. So celery seed. And detoxifies and releases. So that could help detox the body and release, some stuff that's going on in there. And then also birch builds strength and courage. And to me, these are not like your common eucalyptus and lavender. And it's 333 as I'm reading this. These are not your common oils. So that might be something he might have to go in search of just to see. But let's see as far as one more. Let's just get one more. Any other essential oil for Linda's husband? Lemongrass alleviates and regenerates. Beautiful. So lemongrass, birch, and celery seed, I think Spirit's saying would be really good. Cool. And again, if you're going to apply these directly to the knee, use a carrier oil. I'm sure he knows all that already, though. You usually don't want to apply an essential oil directly to the skin unless you have another oil like coconut oil or olive oil or something you're using to kind of dilute the potency of it on one specific area. All right. Cool, Linda. I hope this works. You'll have to come back in a few weeks and let us know how he's doing. Of course, I always love to hear the follow-up to what's going on in everyone's life. Make sure everyone's doing good. But also, these two fellas, I'm putting them away, Linda. Easy does it. And it's like he's holding that baby boy. Like, he still sees the sun as a baby boy. Like, even though the sun's a lot bigger now. But it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. So it's like he's so hung up on the fact that he can't be doing what he wants to right now that he's almost kind of hindering his healing process by, resisting. So, do that. Have him take it easy. And then also detoxification. So there is this detoxification thing going on in the body, which is good. We want this to happen so that these toxins can be released. But it says, thank you for cleaning up my body, mind, and life so that I may happily and healthfully live free of chemicals. Yay! Yes, no question. My older brother and I had a fallout. I'm so sorry. I sent him a check over a month ago that is not cashed. Has he received it and choosing not to cash it? They're already like, yes, yes, yes. That's exactly what he's doing. He's playing a game on his end, but you're really not playing. He's doing it. I just heard he's doing it out of spite. Like, he's being a little spiteful with this. But let's just see. We're going to go up here. Let's just see. I already have a yes for you. He has the check. It's in his possession. Let's just see. Any advice, I guess, on this? So we have magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Then we also have wait for winter. So I think it says here, during the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes, as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So by the winter time, which I know that sounds like a very long time from now, by the winter time, I think you're going to be able to correct a lot of this falling out, or at least be back on speaking terms in some way, or maybe he will cash his check by winter. But yeah, he has the check. He's just not cashing it kind of out of spite. Like, I'll show her, I won't even cash the dang thing. So yeah, that's what we're getting here. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. You got a yes, he's got it. So I guess the ball's in his court. Okay. So up next was Cheyenne, and then Pika Lee, and then Asia. And I think Asia will be our very last one. I didn't want to be on too much longer than the 2-hour mark. We're right about the 2-hour mark right now. Okay. So, yep, absolutely. He's a little, Spirit's like, he's a little butthurt right now. He's got his ego or his pride wounded in some way, and so he's kind of being spiteful about it. I don't think he's a bad person. He's just playing his own little game right now. It happens. It happens. Okay. So Cheyenne says, could I ask about my next partner, please, including why does he choose me? I remember you said he was an Aries. Spirit also gave me a download that he is a successful and extroverted single father. Okay, cool. All right, let's feel into this person's energy. All right. Yeah, let's get their energy. Okay, so he could be Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. What else does Spirit want us to know? Yeah, I am feeling that he's older than you. Yeah. Okay, so, and why does he choose you? Okay, so it's interesting because the two cards we have here is the child, wounded, and damsel. So the light attribute says awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So this person did have a rough childhood themselves, and that might be a big bonding part with you is, the loss of your mom. And I know she didn't die when you were a child, but, just things that happen in childhood and just, all of this that you've been through. This person does feel like they have such a compassionate and empathetic heart, but yet they're not afraid to take action and do something. That's that very Aries spirit that I picked up with them before. You shouted at Spirit too. I love that. Then the damsel card, it says, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So he really did go through the ringer in a previous relationship to you. And look here, he's got 2 children kind of in that blanket. So he could have 1 or 2 children, because I'm really seeing one of these children might actually be his inner child. So it's like he might have a daughter specifically, and then the inner child is his, or the other child here is his inner child. So I do see that could have been, and then the child's mother was the one that really put him through the ringer in a romantic way. Yeah, really, really hard life there with her. But let's just see the energy, how he feels about you, who you meet, or what makes him choose you. Okay. There's something about you that just makes him feel really 30, flirty, and thriving is what I just heard from that movie, 13 Going on 30. That's random. Flirt. So it says extend your lighthearted energy to others, and then also romantic feelings. So your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it's interesting. They're almost showing me maybe where you work, there is a child at the job you work, and he's the father of the child, and he comes to pick the child up, because it's almost like, look here, it's almost like that child's just spying on them, like, oh, look, how cute, they're together. So maybe you do meet this significant other at your work. That could be, wow, because you remember we had talked about when you meet the significant other, it's like your life purpose really takes off, which still applies, absolutely, but I didn't interpret that also as you could actually meet this person while at work with that lover's card you had with the decision or choice. Wow, I like that. That's interesting. But yeah, What makes him choose you is he feels he can be himself. He can flirt. He can have those romantic feelings. Whereas before with that ex, he felt he had to be as only one version of himself or the person she wanted him to be. But with you, he can just be who he is without having to try or be something different. Let's see what else. Let's go to the tarot and just see if they can give us any other insight into this person's life or personality. Five of Wands. Yeah, he's really overcome a lot of stuff in his life, but he made it work. He has taken all those obstacles of that wounded childhood he had, and he created something he could really climb to the top. And there's that Aries energy coming in hot at the top there. Love that. And then back of the deck, there's Aries right there, the Emperor, coming in hot. So yeah, he might be 30. Either right now or when you meet him, I don't know, keep that on your awareness or your radar. But I do feel he's older than you. So I think you're 20 something, 24, 25, 26, somewhere in there. I think I said that earlier. I know you're somewhere in there. So he might be a few years older than you or so. But yeah, there he is. There's that Aries energy coming in hot. And it took him a long time to own that beautiful energy of him. And I think he's going to be 30 when you meet. That's how you're really going to know. I mean, I think you're already really going to know this is who he is. And again, though, too, if you do not meet him through work, that's not the only way you could possibly meet him. So they're showing me like 4 or 5 different potentials. That's just one possible potential through his child. He has a child that he's got, but he could possibly meet you at work with this child, whatever. That's one potential, one possibility. So don't take that as the end all be all. Let's get one more card. Well, there's the Emperor, and then we also have the Empress. So there is a pair to be had right there, and of course the Empress is pregnant. So yes, you guys will be able to have children together as well. At least one, if not more, depending on what you like. But he already has the one, possibly 2, but I'm really more seeing that other one as his inner child. But so he has at least one. But I see you don't want kids. Then this doesn't have to be a child that you are creating if that's what you don't want. This could just be that the two of you do really create a beautiful life together. It's like you are each other's world and you really create all of that. So yeah, this is a true pair right here. This is like twin flame energy, or at the very least soulmate connection, and they are here for it. They are very in love and flirty and romantic feelings and made for each other is what I just heard. So that's beautiful. I don't think I have ever. I've oftentimes gotten like a king and a queen pair. Sometimes one's like a pentacle, one's a wand. Once in a great while, I'll get like a king and queen of cups in the same reading, which really speaks to the soulmate twin flame energy. I don't think in all my days I have gotten an emperor and empress in the same reading. So that's pretty powerful right there. Cool. Interesting. You'll have to keep us posted if you meet this guy. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Cheyenne. You are so welcome. All right. I think Pika Lee was next. And then Asia. And then we have Atiba. Whoever Atiba is here in the chat, if you could let us know, we will get you added to the list as well. Okay. And that will definitely be the last one, so that I can do some self-care Sunday today at 3:44 p.m. We are still here and hanging out. All right. I went to the gas station today and the clerk was very forward and hitting on me, but he was still respectful. So I feel the attraction beacon is shining bright for me, like a Batman signal in the sky. Yes, I can feel that for you for sure. And that's why that Leo really decided to just kind of mosey his way on in after you gave him those compliments. But now, who knows what he's doing? He's got some funny energy. It's like on and then off. Okay. So did I miss your question, Pikali, or are we still waiting for it? Is that your question? You just want to feel into that, or did you have a different question in mind? Because the way you worded it was more like you're just letting us know. Oh, you posted it again. Okay. Maybe I missed it. Let's see. Was it recently? Let's see. Oh, tap into the new love interest energy. Okay. I have a feeling someone new is going to walk into my life, and I'm wondering what this person will be like. Okay. Not current-ish love interest, but totally new energy. Let's tap into a new love interest for Pika Lee. Anything Pika Lee needs to know about this person. And of course, you can apply this to people you know just to see if it sounds like anyone you know. If it sounds like someone totally different, then it's someone totally new. We have Exorcist, so freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. So this person, this new love interest, this is somebody who's done a lot of healing work. They probably are very into their spirituality. They have not let their past hold them back. They may have, they're showing me as a teenager, struggled with addiction. To me, this feels like alcohol, but there's a lot of kids. I wasn't one of those kids in high school that was drinking at all, but I knew kids who in high school were drinking like every weekend and maybe sometimes even during the week. And then by like age 23, I had a few that were like in rehab that I know, or it was a problem. Like they couldn't just socially drink, like they were drinking all the time. And that's kind of the energy I have with this. This is not where he's at now, so don't worry about that. But it's like in his teen years, maybe he struggled with addiction, even recreational drug use, but he's overcome that. He has freed himself from that. He's really cleaned up his act with all of that. We have Virgin here, which is interesting. But it says here, maintaining a symbolic purity of heart and spirit. So it's showing me like in his younger years, he was getting a little buck wild with the ladies and with drugs and the alcohol and just, really just spilling his energy every which way. And since he's really got a handle on his more spiritual side, he's realizing I'm not just going to give my sacred sexual energy to just anybody. So he's really, really dialed that back and really just is maintaining. He's not someone who's like celibate or anything constantly. I mean, I see he probably still does whatever, but it's like he has to tap into that heart and soul and have that connection on that level before he's going to just go crazy like he did in the past. Person has done their inner work and is into spirituality. And that's, I think, exactly what you need at this juncture, so that it's like with the current love interest, it's almost like you're waiting, like it's a relay race. Like you're still waiting for him to pass the baton or to catch up to where you're at spiritually. And I think you just need someone that it's like the two of you are on very even. Like you're either a little above him or he's a little above you. And you guys just keep doing this to help each other climb that ladder. But current love interest is so far down here. It's like you're waiting and waiting, and he's like slowly coming up, and then he's like, oh, wait, I gotta go down a little bit. Like, that's what I feel with this. And I think you really do deserve someone who's up here and then here. Like you're helping build on each other. Your beautiful spiritual practice. But this person has done the work. That's what's beautiful. And then on the back of the deck, we've got Mystic. Yes. Revels in intimate union with the divine. So they're taking that sacred sexual energy and they're using that to connect to the divine rather than just any old beautiful lady that's coming his way. Like he may have done in high school or early 20s-ish, somewhere in there. He's definitely put that part of him in the past, and he's happy to close that chapter. He wants that beautiful empress in his life that's just going to be the counterpart to his emperor energy, like what Cheyenne has just received. But let's see. Yeah, on the back of the deck, that's exactly what he wants. He wants that queen. So this is you. This is representing you. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Yes, that's very you. So let's get some love cards. Can he come into my life now? That's the vibe I'm on now. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so you'll know when you first meet this person or they come back, if this is someone you've already met, when they come back across your radar, there's going to be instant romantic feelings. This is going to be an attraction neither of you can deny. It's not just on your side or his side. It's a mutually exclusive thing. And unlike current love interest-ish, whatever Scorpio is currently. Unlike that connection, this person cannot get enough of you, but not like in a codependent way. It's like this person can't wait to get off work and make plans to come see you. The second he sees your name light up on his phone as a text, the smile on his face just goes ear to ear. And he may even, it's funny, like he may even be canceling plans with his friends to just, oh my gosh, sorry, yeah, I know we had concert tickets, but I got something else. Like he would never do that to you, but he might do that with friends to just drop everything and be with you. And then we have the express your love card. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So this to me feels like him. He comes across your awareness maybe first, but he's going to be the one to ask you out. I really do see. But if you do feel, when you do meet him and things are going really well, if he's not the one to ask, don't feel afraid to ask him, because you will get the answer you want, which is a big yes. Let's just see. Because you can connect. Here's a beautiful thing you can do. All my beautiful singles out there, connect to the beautiful, loving energy, the higher self of your person. Connect to that higher self all the time. You can talk to that higher self. You can ask that higher self for guidance. You can, really connect to this higher self of your future partner to bring you into closer alignment, because the lessons you're learning in life are a lot of the current lessons they are learning in life, and you guys are already mirrors of each other at that point. So any spiritual work you're doing on yourself, they are also doing a lot of spiritual work on themselves, physical work, whatever it is we're doing to level up. It's kind of bringing them along for the ride, or kind of almost as an energetic cord to say, hey, work on yourself so we can be good together. You best believe I will. Yes. Wow. So I'm just kind of shuffling these, thinking, his higher self's message to you right now, my beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. That's exactly what I was just trying to say. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. So you're already together. It's just not physically yet. You're already energetically together. And maybe that's why the vibe of this, they're showing me something really interesting now, because you're already together. So it's almost like it's playing out in the 3D world where Leo's kind of stepping in with Scorpio, and it's like muddied waters, like, oh no, did I mess this up? What's going on? It's almost like Scorpio can sense. There is a jealousy with Scorpio to the Leo, but I think there's also an underlying jealousy with the Scorpio to just your beautiful light, because I think he can sense that soulmate connection. I think he can sense that person's energy and almost feels like he's like stepping into something that's not his. And a lot of that, like soulmate, kids, beautiful family, a lot of that information I picked up as the Scorpio's information, I think is actually your next soulmate connection, because he's already with you. So I just assumed, when Spirit was showing me all these lovely, beautiful things, I just assumed it was your current love interest. I just assumed, which we should not do if we read the 4 agreements, right? So it's almost like I muddied the information Spirit was giving me of Scorpio with your future soulmate. All the family, the dream, the love, all of that I think is this future person, and I just confused it as Scorpio because he was your current love interest, and that was the information Spirit was bringing forth, because I didn't take into account that you're already energetically connected to the soulmate energy that's going to be coming in. Right, Spirit? Did I get that right? Let me just see. So Spirit, was that energy of the Scorpio, or was that actually the energy of this future soulmate? That beautiful kids and long life together and wedding and marriage, was that actually this soulmate, future soulmate, not Scorpio, that I was picking up on but interpreted as Scorpio? Was it? Was it? Yes, I think so. We got romance. I'm going to clarify that though, because that could probably go either way, because you were involved in a romance at the time. Yeah, because look, they're saying, wait, it wasn't Scorpio, it's someone in the future. Look at that. Yay! I don't know why I'm thinking this person's name will start with an M. Oh, let's see. Let's just feel into that. I just heard the name Malcolm, but I don't know if that's just because that's my brain's way of just saying the first An M name that came to mind? I don't know. All right. Let's see. Kika soulmate, future soulmate connection. Well, it's not even future because it's now as well. Does the name start with an M? I think so. You're ready. But you're ready. I think you're ready for this. You're ready for this. I think he's still maybe just working through some just self-worth issues, just from almost feeling like a how do I want to word this? Like a male prostitute in his earlier years. He's still kind of trying to regain a lot of the innocence he lost, and just the pieces of himself he lost along the way earlier, that he's then become more spiritual to correct a lot of that wayward energy he was putting out. He's still doing a little bit of work. So they're showing me about a year and a half from now, maybe as far out as 2 years is when you're going to meet him. But I want to say I'm leaning more toward the year and a half mark, because I just see you now talking to him like his higher self and connecting to his higher self, and really, of course, also working on you, because you working on you is going to trigger him to work on him, and vice versa. Him working on him is going to trigger you to work on you. So again, there's where your word patience kept coming in. There it is. Oh man. Oh, Mickey, who read me, and Michael is my new supervisor. Wow, that's so funny, isn't it? Yeah, lots of good M people coming in hot into your life. That's so cool. Yeah, and my family calls me Mandy instead of Amanda. Like, that's what I go by in my family. Mandy. Family and close friends will call me Mandy. So funny. Yep, that patience. Yeah, let's just see. Let me see. I want, for some reason, there's one more card that needs to come out. What is it? What are you trying to show me here? Okay, so spell casting oracle it is. I think this is having to do maybe with the time frame or timeline, or any guidance on how you can speed up this timeline. You love that name, Mandy. Oh, it's fun. I've always liked it. Whoa. Yes, look. I was just asking, how can we speed up this timeline? You're committed now. You're already committed. I feel it. I can feel it. So it's like you're committing to your own spiritual practice, your own leveling up, your own self-love, self-care, healing from any past yuckiness in love and childhood. You're just doing a lot of work. And as a result of you doing that and connecting to him now, because you can do that, you're connected already, that's going to bring this commitment even sooner than maybe even that year and a half mark. Maybe you can bring it even sooner. Spirit brought up the commitment. That's the only love card that I know of in this deck. So there it was. I knew one more needed to come through. So yay. You're ready. So just keep working on you and keep your feelers out and listen to your intuition. They're really saying that's important. If you feel like, I use this example a lot, but I just ran out of salad and I was kind of really had my heart set on making a salad for dinner tonight. And then you're like, I could run to the store and get salad, but you're like, oh, well, I could just have this instead. Listen to your intuition, go to the store, get that salad, because you might meet him, right? May not be that exact example, but you know what I'm saying, I think. Fun. Well, I hope this gives you something to look forward to rather than whatever the weirdness of Scorpio, whatever he's got going on. I don't know. And if that person sounded like your Scorpio, maybe that's tapping into that energy, because he's not quite ready to make this commitment yet, but he will be. I don't know. If that applies, sure. If not, then this is someone else. I don't know. I'm pretty confusing myself at this point, but I really do feel this is a different person's energy, because I keep seeing his big smile when he thinks of you, when he sees a text from you, when he's getting off work and about ready to hang out with you. Like, nothing could stop him from hanging out with you. And that's really not, I don't know, that's just not the vibe of the Scorpio. It's almost like he's back burnering you when you deserve to be front and center. I just don't get that. I don't get that at all. That's probably why I'm over him so quickly. Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet thing, but you got something better coming. That's why. Yay. All right. So Asia is next, and then Atiba. And did Atiba let us know who they were here in the chat? I'm pretty sure this person has donated before, but I cannot recall for the life of me their chat name, if it's the same or if it's something different. Okay. The nerve of him treating me like that. His loss, absolutely his loss. And Leo's loss as well, because, yeah. You deserve better. Oh, she posted her question above. Oh, she had to go. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. Asia. Okay. Who's coming next to me in love for Asia? I love all these love questions. We haven't had a lot of love questions lately, and now we do. Okay, I did put that one in backwards, I think. Yeah, these two. Put these in the right way. There we go. All right, who is coming for Asia in love? And we're going to timestamp this at 2 hours and 30 minutes, 22 seconds. Let me write that down. 2:30 Asia. Okay. All right. So that is Asia's timestamp. So let's tap into what's coming for Asia in love. Who is coming next? Let's spill the beans on this person's personality, what they're like, who they are. Okay, so companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. So this is going to be someone who is a very giving and generous partner, someone who's there for you. It's like a lot of their life purpose revolves around being a good partner. They probably have a lot of 7th house placements and want to be a really good partner to you. We also have the destroyer. It says releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for new life. So this person probably did not have a good companion before meeting you. Isn't that like the story of all of these love readings we're doing? I think we've all had a dud or two in the past. I think it just kind of comes with the territory of dating and being with people. But this person is doing some healing still. And Asia, maybe you really resonate with both of these things as well. You want to be a good partner. Maybe you have a lot of 7th house placements and you had a really bad ex or bad love life in the past, because you guys are mirrors of each other. So you may mirror these qualities of each other as well. So we also have martyr, and it says here, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause, which is all about being there for someone else and not just being there and being selfish for ourselves. So this person definitely is someone who wants to fight for a cause or be part of a bigger picture. And also scribe, preserving knowledge and information. So this person might be a writer. They might enjoy journaling. They might even taking this a step further and just wanting to be on social media a lot. Maybe they're making a lot of really profound posts, or people are really showing up and want to hear what this person has to say. Let's see. Anything else in love for Asia and her person? Okay, we have... Okay, so stay optimistic about your love life. I'm seeing this as your energy currently, because you may feel a little dejected or like, man, I just wish I could be in a relationship now. It would be so much fun and I would love that. But positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So keep that positive energy alive and stay optimistic. Even if you've been single a while and just wish it would happen already, just stay optimistic because it's happening. But also let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So maybe your friend has a friend or a brother or a whatever that they want to set you up with. And, instead of saying no, that might be your first instinct to be like, ew, I don't go on blind dates. That's weird. Maybe that would be how you meet this person. Could even be through a coworker, someone you kind of consider a friendly person in your life, maybe even a sibling. But there will be chemistry in the relationship. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. So this person, again, going back to that companion card, this person is all about making you feel good, making you feel safe, making you just feel so loved, adored, and so much beautiful attention that at times you may feel a little bit suffocated. But this is not because this person's trying to be codependent. I don't see it as a codependent kind of energy. It's just they are all about you and your lovely energy. And so just understanding that this person just wants to love and give love, that's just a big part of who they are, and maybe letting them know and just setting some firm boundaries at times just to say, hey, I do need some alone time sometimes, and they will understand. Because I think if you just try to not communicate that and then just try to do your own thing, they almost might take that personally, or like, oh, you don't like me. But just being communicative, being really open with the channels of communication will really help, especially with this scribe card. This person wants to communicate and they're very open in their communication. And that might be a pleasant breath of fresh air for you, Asia, as the fact that maybe some of your past relationships you were ghosted in, or there was just almost no communication or lack of communication, miscommunication. This one will be much different in that regard. Okay. And we also have your celebration. So when I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do so, I'm rooting for the good guys, which means that I'm a good guy. And that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? This is just remaining in that beautiful, positive energy, staying optimistic while you're still single, and seeing other couples love and canoodling and all of that. And it's like, get a room. I wish I could have that. You know, being happy for them rather than jealous will actually help you feel into that. And that'll bring your love life much sooner and much more close to you much sooner, if that makes sense. I think I messed up my words there, but I think you know what I mean. There will be something to celebrate at the end of this. Yes. So I hope that resonated for you, Asia. Again, I will have to post her timestamp, but you can check the comment section on that. And also I had to do Anna's. I think it was around 42 minutes, but I could be wrong. I will have to go back and look. Earthy Deva. 42 minutes-ish, question mark. Yeah. Okay. So up next we have Atiba will be rounding us off. I'm about half hour past where I wanted to be as far as still being on the computer, but that's okay. We're here for it. I can still do my self-care. I still have a few hours before the family gets home. So go ahead and post your question, Atiba. Okay, it was Natera Arayten. And I remember you from a while back, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't it Araho or something as well? I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing you up with someone else. But I could have sworn you were at my channel like in February, like somewhere back then. It's been a minute since I've seen you. My question is, what does Spirit want me to know for my highest good? Let's find out. These back the right way because these two are upside down. Okay. Oh, now I have a lot of them upside down. But you know what? Just gonna have to deal with it later because we are moving on. All right. What is coming up? Oh, you were here. Yeah, I thought so. All right. What does Spirit want Atiba to know about for their highest good? Okay. What does Spirit want Atiba to know for their highest good? Okay, we have here Stranger Curiosity, the number 53, which is about taking action. 5 + 3 is 8. Action, manifestation, and also financial abundance. So you being curious about the things you are a stranger to. So being curious about things that you want to learn about, but maybe don't know very much about. This curiosity is really going to fuel you and put you on a new path. A path that's exciting and more inspirational than the one you've been on, especially if you've been feeling a little bit stuck or kind of blah about the way things are going in your life. Just being curious and kind of diving into, learning about astrology or learning about, whatever it is you kind of want to learn about or know. Could be painting or, like my husband, we bought it's out at my in-laws because we kind of live in town here. But he bought a beehive, so we're doing the whole bee thing, and he's going to start to harvest honey. So he had to really dive in and learn, well, how do I take care of bees? What do they like? What do they need? How do I harvest the honey? How do I take care of them and make sure they have enough honey and make it through the winter? So his curiosity about thinking he wants to do something really led down a road where now he's like a hobby beekeeper. We also have here a tidy house, clarity and organization. So number 1. So especially if you've been feeling a little stuck, stagnant, or kind of blah about things in life, one of the best ways you can get that energy flowing in your life again is to clean up your physical space. Clear the clutter, clean up the dust out of the I'm one to talk. I have dust all over my ceiling fan here that I've been meaning to clean since about April, and still it sits. Just dusting, tidying, and also deep cleaning, clearing of clutter, releasing the things, the items from your closets and just around your home that you no longer need. This is really going to help free up some energy for something new and something you're really excited about to flow in. And also, this could be on a more energetic level, clearing out, old traumas and wounds, really doing that healing work. That's going to help you, as within, so without. So you starting to clean your physical closet then might lead to more spiritual leveling up, clearing out childhood traumas and wounds from the past. Because one thing will trigger another, or the inner will trigger the outer will trigger the inner. You're going to be able to actually gain some clarity about your life and get more organized in your life. And not just in your physical, but although that is a very important part of gaining clarity and being and feeling organized, but also within, feeling organized in your thoughts. So you're not all up in your head and your thoughts are racing a mile a minute and you just got so much going on in your head. This will kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like after you have deep cleaned your home and you look around and you see how beautiful everything looks, and it's like you could just take a relaxation minute on the couch and just relish the beautiful space that you're now in. It's clean, it's decluttered, and it just feels so much more free than dirty and dingy and just full of clutter, right? And that will also have an effect on your mind, your aura, your energy. Same thing. One more. We have here Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. So yes, there is some healing coming up here. That stagnancy that is being stirred up in your life to actually create some action, organization, and clarity, it might bring up some emotional issues. Because I know when I did, it was in early 2016, I did that KonMari method, the life-changing magic of tidying up. Does this spark joy? I did all of that. And as a result of me clearing my physical space and doing that whole, program or book or whatever you want to call it, it really kind of made me, focus and go within and then transmute some emotions that had come up from my childhood and just traumas from the past that really needed to be released. And transmuting is a form of alchemy, and you had that number 8, which is the alchemist, the magician. So the number 22 here, master number 22. So your guides and angels are going to be speaking to you through the number 22. And my music just cut out or something.
Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon.
That's my old video. I don't know why I must have it on autoplay. So my other music ended and it's autoplaying some of my other channel stuff. I don't know. Sorry about that. Random. But what was I saying? Oh, master number 22. Your guides and angels are going to be sending you this wonderful number 22 on the clock, on license plates, just maybe on someone's shirt, jersey number. You're going to be seeing 22 or 222 quite a bit. Oh, you already do see it a lot? Well, that's just confirmation that you're already on this track, this path. And it is for your highest good, for sure. Let's get one more. Deep, quiet, meditation and stillness. And there's an 11. So you're seeing 1111 or 11, 22, 222, master numbers. And look, we had a 1 here as well. So 111. Oops, let me do that. 111 and 22, 22 or 222. Yeah. And that card, meditation and stillness, I think it kind of goes without saying. Just having more time to be still, to be in meditation. And meditation doesn't have to just look like you sitting down doing this. Walking in nature can be meditation. Creating art, you can get into a meditative state. So take meditation as it resonates, because not everybody likes to just sit down and meditate. Although if that is your jam, then absolutely do that as well. Because I think there is like a whole team on your spirit guides that are really trying to send you a lot of information. And it's almost like you feel at times disconnected from them, but they're letting you know you're never disconnected. We're always here. And the more you take time to be alone, that person's alone, very solitary energy here. This person, there's no person there. And then this person's all alone, kind of in the fetal position, curled up, all alone, trying to face their inner stuff. So alone time and kind of hermit energy, introspection, this is really going to be important for you coming up so that you can hear that beautiful guidance from your spirit team. This shirt is just all over the place today. But yeah, that's what I see for you. And thanks again for your lovely donation and for coming back to the channel. We've missed you. So I hope that resonated. And that will be all I have time for. It was 3:11 a few minutes ago. How cool. Now Walter's barking. So I think we're wrapping it up right at the right time. That is the last donation I have. So yeah, I will see you guys back here again Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So wherever you're at in the world, you can convert 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to your time zone. And what else do I have going on? What was it? Either Tuesday or Wednesday, I will have the September 2021 pick a card reading going live on my main channel. The link for that channel is the very first thing at the top of the chat here. But in the meantime, I have hundreds of other pick a card readings or those intuitive exercise tests over on my other channel that you can check out if you'd like. But other than that, I'm going to go tend to Walter, and I will see you guys later. So thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative Done Creative Live, and also over on my main channel, the Done Creative. All right, bye guys. See you later. Have a good day.